Doesn't that music just get you, Paul? The second I heard that music, I just knew that was for the show. I mean, you go through, you got to buy music, folks. It's not free. And some of them are kind of lame. But sure enough, I found that banger, Get You Over Mitts. And here we are. You got the Everything Money soundtrack. You got your boys. Tuesday, it's a big show. We welcome you in. I see a lot of new names. You know I love you. Maybe I don't, but I might learn to love you coming soon with those patrons. You know I dig you and I love you. And I'm here with my two favorite men in the world. My two favorite men that I work with. Besides Tim and Nate, who are second place, it's Paul and Mo. Welcome, Paul, Gabriel. How are you, my dear friend?
I'm wonderful. And just to be clear, all those letters behind my name in the chat, I don't actually have any of those degrees.
You have 3 out of 8, actually.
You have to guess which ones they are. I do not have any of those degrees. So for those of you who are like, what's your PhD in? Nothing, because PhDs are useless.
And how dare you?
True or false?
How dare you? I have a PhD. Mo, how are you, my dear friend? Looking all shredded over there with your biceps and
I can't wait to go to the gym after
trapezoids.
this. I'm so pumped.
Oh, you're pumped.
Trapezoids.
Happy 50th to all of you out there who were following us from the beginning, those OG patrons. You know who we are.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are here. When we had less than 1,000 subscribers last September, we're going to hit 50 sometime over the night. Somebody in a foreign market, and while I'm asleep, cuddled up like a baby, Paul, while you'll be sucking your thumb, sometime in the middle of the night, we're going to hit 50,000 subscribers. And sure enough, y'all know what that means. It's a Tesla giveaway. Tim and I were on the phone to Tesla dealerships all over the country yesterday. We're not saying who. We're going to work on we're going to have our drawing, but we're pre-calling. Where are the cars? Where can we get them? Where can we go? We're doing that work for you. The Tesla giveaway is happening, baby. And for record, Paul, I want to congratulate you and Mo on your hard work. I just sit here like a bumbling idiot, but the knowledge that you've brought to these people, Tim, Nate, Tim, our CEO, just fine-tuning this Patreon. Again, folks, I say it all the time. If you look at other patron pages, the amount of sign-up patrons we have versus subscribers is astronomical. You've seen it on
this 6.5%.
You've seen it on this channel that other people with far more subscribers than us, they come over to our page and they want to interact with us because they're jealous of the patron and the content. They can't deliver the software that your Uncle Paul is paying for hundreds of thousands of dollars to get you this software, and our patrons are loving it. Paul, talk about that.
Yeah, so our software is, everybody knows where I feel about the software. It was actually because of subscribers, like, hey, how do I get that software? How do I get that software? And finally I said, I'm going to make my own. It's going great. We have a few. We're announcing a big announcement right now. We have a news feed starting today after the show. It'll be live. Actually, it might be during the show. We'll be getting news feed from CNBC, Bazinga. Bazinga provides
stock twits
with their news, and seekingalpha.com, which I love. I go to, I'm a member, I'm a paid member. So we have, these are great resources. We're probably going to add more news as time goes on. It's live now. And it's live right now. So if you go to everythingmoney.com.
You want to show us, Paul?
Right here. Where is Everything Money?
This is interesting. Oh my gosh, Paul, look at this.
And look at here at the top, news right here, guys. Microsoft, all the news right here. 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 1 day ago, all this stuff, guys.
No need to go to these other sites.
Forbes.com. We have an article from Forbes.com.
Look at this.
And it goes to a new page. Guys, we have another big announcement.
Oh my gosh.
Stock Analyzer tool is supposed to be ready by the end of August. It will be ready before the end of August. It'll probably be ready before middle July. It's coming along very well. It's awesome. Our application, our mobile app is coming along well. In fact, I will be full disclosure here. Tim and I discussed it this morning. We think we can release the app in just the 8-pillar format. So all you'll be able to do is just do the 8 pillars to start. So we're trying to decide if we should open the app up just for the 8 pillars or release it all at once later. I'm leaning towards get people on the app doing the 8 pillars, etc. as we go along. But let us know in the comments what you want us to do. But guys, I just have to say, Tim's a phenomenal dev manager. It's incredible. We've hit every single deadline. We've crushed it. It's great.
I see a lot of new names, and we welcome you in. Folks, I always say this is a comedy show first and an investment channel second, and so we like to have fun if you're new. So we'll be talking about, we have some absurd things that pop up nowadays. We have some OG followers that we poke fun of, and they poke fun of us. That's the show. We will analyze some stocks today and some companies. We can get your take on real estate, any marketing questions. We take a $50 donation in the super chat.
Oh, yes.
If you want to speak to us directly, we take a $50 donation. We don't
Destiny's Child.
What was it?
Destiny Rescue. You can find that at destinyrescue.org. It's a charity we've supported in the past. I was just being funny with Destiny's Child, folks. We're not supporting Beyonce.
We're trying to bring them back.
And Kelly Rowland and
3 beautiful women, of course.
Yeah, gorgeous women.
Yeah, so oh my gosh, Matt's in the $8 gang. Wow. Yes, folks, some of you folks out there got in for the software at $8 are some of our original supporters, and it's now 24, 27. I can't even keep track, but
it's going up here at the end of the month. So sign up now. And then for those of you who sign up at the end of the month, guys, you're going to get charged by Patreon on the 1st. I'm just telling you right now, just accept it. It's not us. It's Patreon who does it. I had a conversation last week with Patreon, and I'm like, what the F are you guys doing? They're like, we know. We are trying to get off of Patreon right now. Just know that when you're getting double billed, guess what? You're also getting a deal because the price goes up the next month anyhow. So you make your money back that way. Oh, Susie's always so nice to donate, just to donate for Beyonce.
Everything Money Sugar Mama, Susie over in the UK. Throw some money at the charity. We are taking $50 donations, and we can certainly wait till we get one. In the meantime, Paul, with all the things going on, the exciting things hitting 50,000, someone just said if everyone shares this with someone else, we could hit 50,000 right now if we wanted. It'd be incredible. Let's go. There it is, Nick. Tell a friend to join. Yeah. Paul, let's look at one company that I've been dying to look at, and this is a big request off the Patreon request line. This is Big Lots. Will you pull up Big Lots? Are we ready for this? What do you think?
The one that got away.
Let's do it.
The one that got away, Mo. Why do you say that, Mo? What are you in love with this company?
Well,
it's kind of a funny story. So Big Lots, a friend of mine told me about Big Lots a year ago. I looked into it. I liked it a lot. I went to my good friend, Gary Mashuris. It was at $11 a share. And I said, Gary, I like the stock. And he goes, yeah, my buy was about 11 or 12 bucks. He's like, but Paul, will it be around in 5 years? I go, He's like, I wouldn't be shocked if it was gone. I didn't buy it.
We were literally sitting in your kitchen at the time. I remember sitting on that Zoom call, and yeah, oh well.
Paul, elaborate on the Patreon fees. People are not getting it. They think it's our fault.
Guys, it's not our fault. This is a Patreon issue. They even, in the call last week when I go, guys, I'm going to tell you something I'm sure every creator you have says this. So like, we know, it's bad, it's terrible. We're changing it now, but it's going to take 6 or 7 months before it's live. And I'm like, guys, I'm going to be gone in 6 or 7 months. Guys, we're taking everything off of Patreon because we don't have the flexibility on Patreon. We're still going to let people sign up through Patreon if you really want to, but the price will be more expensive on Patreon. We're going to offer a better deal by going to Everything Money. Everybody who's a current Patreon member, you will be offered a discount to go off of Patreon and join everythingmoney.com. It'll be probably $1, depending, it'll probably be 5% total on what you're going to be offered a discount on because of our fees, and our credit card fees are going to be high, et cetera. So just trust me when I say this. It is Patreon's fault. They own up to it. They admit it. It's a very frustrating thing. It's not us. I cannot stand it. It drives me nuts. I even say to them, how is it possible that a company this big can't charge people on the 1 month anniversary of their charge date?
So stupid.
Yeah.
Joseph just threw $20 at the donation. We appreciate that, Joseph. If you guys want an individual stock or question, it'll be $50, and we'll certainly go through our 8 pillars and give everyone's thoughts on where it's going, including trading. All right, Paul, let's look after Big Lots.
Okay.
Where's this headquarters at?
Columbus, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I worked for a company that did business development, and we've talked to Big Lots.
Can I move these?
And whenever you want, baby.
Can I?
Whatever you want.
I feel like I'm closed in over here.
We try, folks, if you're watching at home.
If I want to be closed in, I get married.
We try and close. We do close Paul in. He's like a little, we got to cage him in
That's why I bought the house that I bought. I need to have my place. This is way too much.
Yeah, I was going to say, now where's he going, folks, with this? So, yeah, come on back home to us. Okay.
All right, so Big Lots, $2.4 billion company. I was looking at it, was $400 million. PE of 3.6, profit margin of 10.56. Checks there. Dividend yield, 1.75 with 42 million. Return on assets, very high, 17%. Return on invested capital, not bad, 8.7%. Income, oh my Lord, look at this jump. So this is a deal, guys, 5.18 to 6.39. I don't know how it jumped up so much, but this is an aberration. I would not bank on this happening forever. It was probably more along the lines of, I mean, look at the last 10 years. I mean, very consistently, in the $5 billion range.
So did they get affected by COVID? Not really, Paul.
I guess the positive, did they do a good job doing online sales and cheaper things? I don't know. Because Big Lots is known for their buyouts, right? In the sense of they buy out companies that are going under, they buy big lots of things isn't that how they get their stuff? They don't just they're not just like a retailer.
I don't remember.
They buy from companies who are losing.
So prior to last year, with this very slow growth, almost no growth in revenue, I would assume we're going to have a very small multiple in the back end when we get to pillar number 8 in terms of finding our market cap.
Well, so that's the thing. That's part of the whole process here is we have to sit there, especially in the COVID year, guys. It's really, really important to look at longer term numbers because companies were either made a killing in COVID or they got killed in COVID. I don't see many companies that are like, it was the same. You know what I mean? So you really got to pay attention. You can't give a company that killed it too much credit, and you can't give a company that got killed too much credit to that part, like CCL. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so net income. I mean, look at this net income jump. 165 to 674. That's a huge jump. That's why they're showing such a low PE. Yep. Their PE, it's showing 3.3, but they also almost tripled their profit. So think about that for a second. All right, shares outstanding. 44.36 down to 35.35. Check mark there. They really bought back a lot of shares.
They're doing all the right things here with Big Lots.
So far. Balance sheet.
Current assets over current liabilities, Paul.
1.6 billion versus 1 billion. Check mark there.
Yep.
Cash flow.
Free cash flow, baby.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Negative 84.7 to 453. Check. Ooh, I don't like. Oh,
No,
sorry.
Wrong line. Yeah. Wrong line.
5 million to 580.
What are you doing? What is this man doing? Look,
Guys,
at
I've
him.
not had a good day today. I've been making mistake after mistake. Getting very frustrated.
Tim, are you seeing? This is shocking. Though.
I've never seen him make.
For a guy, he walks on water like Jesus of the Nazareth. And today,
Did you see me go from cash investing to the next slide?
what are you doing? Should I get up there? You want to switch?
Let's bring Nate up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Nate, come teach the class here. I'll probably screw up the 1, 2, 3, 4 cam over here.
Paul, what I'd like to look at,
Paul's on the struggle bus today.
popular to your beliefs, I'd love to look at the free cash flow growth, which is pillar number 7.
beliefs.
Free cash flow.
And this show, by the way, Paul, this is everything
even
money.
made a line
You're on
for it.
everything money.
222 to 264. So this is interesting. Record year of profit, but in a record year of free cash flow, but it wasn't as big a jump as other years, with the average of 101. So 101 times 20 is $2 billion. It's currently at, what's it currently at? 2.4 billion? Yeah. So it's a little rich, especially considering they had a record year here, but they had a $143 million thing there. What else was 73? So this is kind of in between here, Uncle Seth.
Mm-hmm.
It's an X on 5-year average free cash flow to price. It's an X, but see, whenever you see like inconsistent cash flow like this, they had 3 bad years in a row right here, right? Mm-hmm. And then they go back to a normal year. But that normal year involved record revenue and record profit. So what was their what was a big change in their free cash flow? Right here, payables. Oh, okay. Payables changed. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, I do think it's a little rich right now. Stock Analyzer tool is not working, right, Tim?
It's still in the works. You can use it on dev. The data is getting updated.
All right, guys, I'm going to use Stock Analyzer tool in dev mode. It's not for production. So for the 18 people who are going to email us between now and the end of the day saying, how do I get stock? It's not available right now. And the reason being, you'll see the data is wrong that's coming in. We're inputting the data incorrectly. The data is coming in correctly. We're just not computing it right in the back end. That's why it's not available. But the calculator itself still does work. Correct, Timo?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to Big Lots.
Do you want to go to trade while you put some stuff in?
Yeah, do that.
Just answer some questions out there. Paul doesn't drink, so he hasn't been drinking. He might have been sniffing glue in his new car out
something.
there. Paul does not. We're not currently interested in marijuana stocks, but he might be on it right now. And If you'd like to get the next stock, we do have a couple donations in line. Kate S. gave $50 to see, and FizzBuzz gave $50 to look at a supermarket. So we're going to get to that. But Mo, are people trading big lots right now?
This is a tough one because look at this consolidation that it's had. It really can't, since March, it can't break out over that previous high. So right now, technically it's an uptrend, but it's very weak. I mean, you can see that the red line and yellow line are kind of converging on us. So if we can get, I'm assuming, you know what, why don't we just look to give Paul a second to do what he's doing. Let's see what the volume is on this. And it's rather low. Because I was thinking that the reason that trend is so weak is because we have low volume, and we do. And generally, we always have low volume on this stock. So this might not be the best thing to trade, but wait for this stochastic. If it turns down, maybe you can short it. I really don't think there's a lot of room to run. If you want to go long, you got to wait until you break out over all-time highs and just keep running that thing up. But this is a tough one. Probably, unless it's something that you've been in for a long time, I'd probably avoid it. But yeah.
If that sounds like a foreign language to you, Mo and I just did 2 more episodes of the Employed Trader series where we break it down for an idiot like me, an employed dad who coaches baseball and doesn't have a lot of time, shows me the charts because I'm interested in it, got me in some trades, and it's incredible. So that's in the Bid and Ask Nation. And the Employed Trader series is on YouTube, of course, as well. Paul, let's keep going. Someone just asked, and real quick before I get to Paul, Obini asked, yes, I am selling my Little Book stocks next week. I'm planning on doing it live, and I will be buying my new Little Book stocks. Mo will be out of town. They're going to Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, why don't you tell them how you're going to do it?
How am I going to do that? What are we talking about? Tell me. Fill me.
Didn't you say that you were going to host the morning show on Monday?
Yeah. I think I'm going to host that. That's it. That's what I was getting to. Yeah. Mo, they're going to look at their new mansion in Turks and Caicos. So they'll be gone. Mo will be gone Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So I think Granddad Seth will be live Monday morning at 9. I'll confirm
I think it's a great idea.
To buy or sell and buy my new Little Books. Not buy quite yet. I have to wait till the first to buy. But anyway, that's what's going on. We'll update all the patrons for sure. Paul, I'm sorry I delayed that so much. You know I love you.
No, it's perfect because I'm trying to handle somebody at my house right now who I need to do work, so it's perfect. So guys, this is very interesting. I made a couple assumptions here. I did a 7-year analysis. I did a 10% desired return. I did a PE of 10 and a price of free cash flow of 10. And here's why. It's not a terribly growing company. I want a good return on my money, so I want to pay a low multiple. Now, revenue growth. I assumed 1% to 3%. Share buyback, 5% to 7%. Profit margin, 4 to 5%. Free cash flow as percentage of revenue, 2 to 3%. Look at these prices. You see these values, Tim? What's your name, Seth?
My name is Seth, Paul.
I got a low of $52 and a high of $164.
It's currently $69.
Yeah, so it still probably has some upside. Every single price except for one is above the current price.
This doesn't happen often on our show.
No, it doesn't. And this is with a low PE and a low price of free cash flow.
10 PE.
10 PE because it's not a growing company. You know what I mean?
What do you think?
I'm not going to buy it because it's a value play. I don't know if it's there yet. I want to do more research. I shouldn't say I'm not going to buy it. The more research is, why was their free cash flow not a huge jump relative to earnings? Go understand why that is. Find out their stores. How are they doing online sales? Like, are they increasing? Because online sales is the future, right? So this is a company that does offer discounts, and I consider a company like TJ Maxx very, very difficult to do online because they get this stock is overstock, et cetera. This is understocked. This company has too much. They're going to sell it to TJ Maxx for a discount. It's hard to do that online. And TJ Maxx is doing great with their stores, and people like still going to stores. Yes, online's great, but it's nice to go to a store, especially if you have a reason to. Discounts are a reason to go to the stores. You know what I mean?
Paul, this is an interesting comment I just see a lot of new names, and we welcome you in. We're happy you're here. Brian says, I believe the 8 pillars alone is a little shallow, but Paul's frugality and determination to make money and not lose it made me describe. I like how you guys don't vary your cave. Good guy. For all the new people,
wait a second.
Go ahead.
It is shallow. That's the point.
Expand on that, please.
The 8 pillars aren't to sit there and say, go do this and give you an answer. The 8 pillars are to provide you a guidance of saying, okay, what do I understand by seeing this? What are the questions I need to ask next? It is not to sit there and say, by the way, if you just buy 8 pillars all the time, I'm pretty confident you'll beat the market. We backtested it in a certain way, and it did beat the market. But that's not the point. If you want to be an astute investor, it's about 8 pillars tell you a story. The story's going to have more questions for you to ask. That's the purpose of the 8 pillars. It's not just, hey, here's your fish. It's, okay, here's a fishing pole, here's how you fish. We're teaching you how to fish with the 8 pillars, teaching you what things to think about. When I see a big difference between profit and cash flow, it tells me ask questions. When I see revenue skyrocket, but cash flow not skyrocket, ask questions. When I see any sort of discrepancy in anything, ask questions. Find out, is this going to be sustainable?
Yeah, Paul,
shared
people are saying
buyback.
that huge furniture sale, huge jump in furniture sales, new homes. You're filling a new home right now. I ordered some furniture, which took 8 months. Amish furniture.
I just got a text.
Go on. Oh boy.
I just got a text. Patio furniture that I ordered 5 months ago was on its way. The delivery company called Rosie and said, it's damaged. And she said, take it back.
Oh boy.
Patio furniture that I've been waiting for how many months?
Tell them about the couch.
Oh, I ordered a couch. Mo bought my house. He kept the couch because I want a new couch. Why? Because my new living room is different. So I said, flip the couch. We ordered it. I checked it. We said, flipped it. Came the exact same way it was before. And guess what I'm doing? I'm just keeping it.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's just the way it is right now. It's just like you have to wait forever. You have to wait forever for stuff.
All right, that is our take on Big Lots. We showed you the long term, we showed you the numbers, we showed you the trading, and we're going to keep going. FizzBuzz, one of our dear patrons, FizzBuzz, is looking at this company, Paul.
Which one?
The ticker symbol is VLGEA.
I don't think we have that.
GEA. This is a New Jersey supermarket.
Oh, Village Supermarket?
Yeah, it's just Class A.
Village Supermarket Inc. Out of New Jersey, founded.
Oh, it's a small company.
100 years ago. Yes. Look at that.
$330 million market cap, PE of 11.6, profit margin 1.43.
I was going to say, is it 2%?
So guys, it's an X in the profit margin, but supermarkets have very low margin, 1, 2, 3%. Very low. That's just the way they are. Dividend, $14 million bucks, gives you 4.3%. Let's make sure it's supported. And return on assets, return on invested capital, pretty low. That's expected, so you want a discount to it.
Pillar number 3 is revenue growth, Paul.
Revenue growth. Now, what am I going to say about revenue growth here? It is a check, but what am I going to say about any sort of retail establishment about revenue growth? And the same thing I should have said about Big Lots.
We'll be careful about assuming this revenue is consistent moving forward.
Why?
Because of Corona.
No.
Oh, go on.
I mean, that is an issue because you see a big jump here. But what's the other thing about retail sales?
My apologies. Same store. We want the same store.
See, guys, Seth is not just a pretty face. He's not just the host. He's not just a PhD in chemistry. Every fourth thing I say, he decides whether he's going to listen to it or not, and usually he doesn't. But in this one,
you're not going to believe this. Is that the next stock coming up is from Kate S. She wants to look at Bruker, and she says they made MALDI TOF mass specs. And of the 3 people who know what that is, I am one of them, Paul, because that is a MALDI time of flight mass spectrometer. They make those, and we're going to look at them next after we get done looking at, what is this company again? Village Supermarket.
So look at same store sales, guys. See how much of this growth is because look at this. Take out last year. Look at the growth.
FizzBuzz is saying they reduced their stores down.
Great. Because look at their growth, guys. If they're reducing their stores down and they're still growing a little bit, this is good. Okay? Forget about last year, because again, everybody had to stay in last year. They couldn't go to restaurants. That's why I have $2 billion in revenue. All right, net income. 24.43, 28.28. Check mark there. So even on a record year, they didn't make that much more money. Shares outstanding. X. 13.93, 14.14. Not a lot higher, but higher still. All right. Cash on hand, balance sheet. 198 million, call it 200 million. 160, check mark there. And now for the big mamma jamma.
Free cash flow growth.
Let's see if I can get this right this time.
Okay, Paul, it's everything money.
18.08 to 54.77. Check mark there. Check. With an average of 26. 26 times 20 is 520 million. That's a check mark there too. Their current market cap is 360 some.
Yeah,
right?
I have 341 on my end. What did everything money say?
So they're roughly, what is that? 15 times free cash flow? No, 16, 17 times free cash flow? Mm-hmm. All right, so seems a little rich for a company that's closing stores, but let's go see what Most is saying. I'll put it in Stock Analyzer tool.
Most of the whys are people trading Village Supermarket.
It's funny. Fizz just put a message in there, and he said, "I apologize in advance for making you look at this because the average volume is below 100,000 shares traded per day. So this is not something that I would be involved in, but I'll do it anyway for practicing purposes. You can see that we're just kind of consolidating in this area, and there's a downtrend. So you're getting into that oversold area. You're hitting this support level. So the problem is you're starting to break through. So this thing definitely has room to run a little bit further down. So right now, guys, I'm just talking about pattern recognition. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying buy this thing or short it at all, because with this kind of volume, I am not trading this. Go find a better option. But as far as the pattern goes, because of this support line, if this thing does break down, it will have a chance to run down to this $21 area. So just a good practice for you guys on shorting, but do not trade this one.
Paul, I think people are attracted to this 4.5 or 4.33% dividend yield. Can they afford that to be?
Yes, they can. They only pay $14 million a year for dividends. Let's see. Their dividend yield, $14 million. Their 5-year average is $26 million, and their last year $55 million. So they can afford it. It eats up a lot of their free cash flow, but they can afford it. Now, guys, I am putting this into our stock analyzer tool. Here are the assumptions I made. 7-year analysis, 10% return. I did put a 15 PE and a 15 times free cash flow because it just seems like it's a grocery store. I feel like there's people who are in a grocery store, when they have a grocery store in an area, they pretty much support the area. You're not going to see much competition try to enter the area and completely blast them out. Do you know what I mean? It's like grocery stores are a big investment. So, and with low margin, once a grocery store is already dominant in the area, it's hard kind of thing.
FizzBuzz is doing more research. He says, actually, they did increase stores, Paul. So
thanks, FizzBuzz, for lying to me.
Yeah, he's a dirty liar.
Son
Keep
of
going.
a bitch.
Love you. Keep going.
Revenue growth, it's between 4 and 16%. Of course, I strike out the 16%. So I'm doing 3, 4, and 5. Now, guys, shares outstanding, because when it's going negative, you want the lowest number first. When it's going positive, you want the highest number first. And here's why. This is a bad thing. Higher shares outstanding is not helping you. So I'm assuming the worst case is they increase their shares by 0.5% per year, 0.25%, and keep it the same as the best case. Profit margin, I'm putting 1.25, and 1.5% in. Free cash flow as a percentage of revenue, I didn't do that yet. I'll probably do 1.25, 1.5, 1.75.
Rest in peace, FizzBuzz.
What's the shares right now at?
$29.
Okay. So, guys, it's not terrible.
$23, Paul. My apologies.
It doesn't seem terribly overpriced. I have a price range of 20 to 41. All right. So it's not terrible, but it's not great. I don't think any of these assumptions are crazy. Maybe the PE should be lower because it's not a fast-growing company, so somebody might want to pay a lower PE. So yeah, it's not great. It's not terrible. I'm not looking at it going, oh, F this. So if you like the company, you like their strategic plan, do more research on what they're going to do to increase revenue and profit, and it might be a good deal here. The shares outstanding would be a big changer for me. If they just keep their shares outstanding and everything else stays the same, it changes it from 21. So it goes up about $1 per share. This is a 7-year analysis. What are you laughing about there, big giggles?
Somebody said, FizzBuzz, say hello to Don in heaven for us.
I love FizzBuzz. I'm just teasing FizzBuzz. Everybody's got to know that. I just sit there and joke about things.
Okay, that's a take on Big Lots. You guys are so funny. Okay, next company from Kate, Paul.
What was that?
Your name's Paul, right? Kate gave $50 donation to where again?
To Destiny.
Destiny who?
Destiny's Faith?
Destiny what? What's the chart?
Destiny Faith?
Rescue.
Destiny Rescue. Destiny Rescue. Destiny Rescue.
Destiny Rescue.
DR. Doctor.
Thank you,
Destiny
Kate,
Rescue.
for your donation.
Add that to your
Destiny
name tag.
Rescue.
What stock are we doing now?
We're looking to look at Bruker, BRKR. Bruker is a chemical, what is it again? BRKR stock. All right, folks, we're honing in on this. Bruker Corporation is an American manufacturer of scientific instruments for molecular and materials research.
Sweet, boring. Next.
Boring.
$11 billion market cap. PE of 54. Oof. Profit margin of 9.63. Oof. Good gross margin of 48%. So 2 X's so far. A dividend of 0.2%. $24 million. What do we call that, Seth?
Adorable.
Adorable. And our return on invested capital, return on assets, 6-7%. Nothing great. So nothing blowing me out of the water here except for this PE, which makes me want to kill puppies. So let's go see if there's a reason why the PE is high. All right, revenue. 1.61 to 2.11. All right, so we have steady growth here. If you look at this, Uncle Seth, pretty steady growth. Net income growth, 151 to 204. Again, steady growth. One small year here of a drop, but they had pretty good, pretty consistent stuff here. Shares outstanding, oh, I love it. 159.7 down to 151.8. Check mark there. That's great. Okay, so far, apart from PE, why are they selling for such a high PE? That's what blows my mind. Why are they selling? Because it's not like they had some year in which they had like some massive profit that they just plummeted. It's actually a record year. So it's already telling me right now this is probably an overpriced stock, but we'll go further. Cash on hand, 1.95 and 943 in current liabilities. They almost have enough cash to pay off all their liabilities, which is awesome. Now for the big mamma jamma of cash flow. The cash flow, 136 to 303. Check mark with an average of 170. 170 times 20 is 3.4 billion. And it was a $10 billion stock. X on there. Guys, this just seems overpriced. This just seems overpriced. So it's growing its cash flow, but it's an X on the multiple. It just seems overpriced. So let's go put it in our stock analyzer tool after you're done trading it.
Nicholas is looking Nicholas, we're taking $50 donations. I know it sounds like a lot, but when we were doing small donations, we were literally getting inundated with stocks. So we had to slow it down a smidge. So if you want to finish off the donation, we can certainly look at your stock pick. Mo, are people trading Bruker, my favorite company of all time? The founder, Mo, is Gunther Lundke.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, I know he was. Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Yep.
So you can see that it consolidated in this area. Now, it is a short right now. I would wait for that yellow line to cross into the sweet spot, but if you do want to short this, it's not that bad. It's a little bit light on volume, which I am not a big fan of. Its average is a little bit under 1 million, I think. So if you want to do something, you can definitely short this down. I would probably let it break through the 68 area first. So this kind of goes to that, I know I'm going short here, but buy high, sell higher thing. Let it get to a pattern where you can actually make the move to the next level with some confidence. But it's setting up for a nice short. If you guys want to practice with this one, maybe do a paper trade on it just because of the volume part.
Paul, you want to look at the price of this? Bruker?
Yeah, absolutely. So the assumptions I made, 15 PE, 10% return, revenue growth 2.5 to 5.5, share change a negative 0.5 to negative 1.5, profit margin 6 to 8, free cash flow percentage 7.5 to 10.5. I get a price of 12 to 27. Guys, it was 54 times PE, 50 sometimes free cash flow. Yeah, 60 sometimes. This is just purely an overpriced stock.
Yeah,
that's it. I don't know why. Is there a reason why they're selling for 50 times?
I was just going to ask Kate what she thought about this or why she brought this up. But now there is Tim, are you busy? There is a rallying cry going forward. No thighs, no peace. This was started by David Punkins, of course. And
is this for my legs?
They want to see the shorts check, which we have a lot of new names. And Paul, I would say in this comments, Mo, are you see this? People think there's a lot of new people. They're like, what's wrong with these guys? Are they high? Are they drunk? We're thinking that about our patrons, but sure enough,
the feeling is quite neutral right now.
Look at this with his frothy, milky legs. Show him those buttermilk legs.
By the way, I got my cart today and actually hit the corner. I have a little.
Dry your eyes when he got his Porsche. When he got his new Porsche.
Did I say that? Did I say the Porsche?
Go ahead, Mo.
Can I make a statement right now?
Please do.
Paul is wearing these shorts from this Fabletics, right?
Nope, these are Lulus.
Okay, so those are actually nice shorts then. Well, so are Fabletics, but Fabletics shorts are also like $5.
Yeah.
The watch on your wrist is $30,000. Why are we not zooming into that amazing Rolex and we're looking at these crappy shorts that anybody can go buy?
No one cares about the watches. No thighs, no peace. Look at those puppies. He's been doing his front squats and his.
By the way, Fabletics did have a sale for $17 for all their shorts. I'm buying tons of them.
All right. Yes.
Paul. I literally buy shorts when they're on sale and just put them in my storage because I'm I'm going to wear these. They're $16. I'm going to wear these.
I bought a ton, took them to Mexico, left them there.
Paul does shave his legs. I assume you trim the hedges quite severely, with all your free time, and so that's our take on Bruker Corporation. We're laying low. Oh no, you want to get? Were you gonna stock analyzer?
We did it already.
I'm over it. Thick thighs save lives. I love you, long shot. All right, The next stock is from Nicholas. He kindly donated $50,000 to Destiny's
Rescue. Destiny Rescue.
Destiny's Rescue.
I think it's more funny to call it Destiny's Child.
The next stock is Coda Octopus Group. I'm not kidding.
Oh, God.
The ticker symbol is Coda, CODA. The headquarters out of New York, founded in 1994.
Underwater technology and equipment for imaging. Oh, this is interesting.
This is interesting.
Marine technology, business, and marine engineering. Oh,
Is Coda stock a good buy? Let's
ooh,
get
$100
after
million.
it.
This is exciting. $100 million company, guys. PE of 32.5. That's an X, but a nice margin of 17%. That's a check. So do they make? They don't. Do they just do the equipment? Okay, got it. But guys, look at this. The equipment is very, very unique, right? It's very, very niche. That's why they have such high margin on it, right? 64%. No dividend. 8% fixed return on assets, 12% return on invested capital. That's awesome. Good stuff. So we have an X and a check. Income statement. Oof. As is expected with such a small company, our company's bigger.
Crossroads or
Yeah,
everything
Crossroads is bigger than this.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, 21.7 down to 18.4. That's an X.
Okay.
This is, okay, so automatically it's a very niche business that's already showing, an increase, then a decrease. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep looking.
Okay.
Net income, oof,
Pillar number 4 is net income.
6.2 down to 3.1.
Oh boy.
X. So that explains the high PE, right? That's what we were looking for in the last company. Why is their PE so high? Oh, maybe they had a big drop in earnings. They didn't. This company had a big drop in earnings. All right, shares outstanding. Oof, 9.1 to 10.75. That's an X. I'm not liking this.
It's funny, Paul, that sometimes we actually talk about like buying a whole company, but you could probably buy this whole company almost.
I can't. It's $100 million. I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay, not particularly this one. Okay, keep
$30
going.
million in current assets. They have, look at that. Look at that. They have $27 million. So their company's actually a $70 million company because they have so much cash on hand. They can pay off all their debts and still have $27 million left over. All right, so that's good. Free cash flow, $715,000 to $2 million.
So what?
Yeah, I'm just going to say no. The average is 2.5. It's selling for 30 times. It's selling for 30 times after the discount for enterprise value. Yeah, I just look at it going, this is just expensive. I don't need to put it in the stock analyzer tool. This is expensive. It's declining, has declining revenue, declining profit, increasing shares. It's literally going everywhere you don't want it to go. So I'm just like, unless it's part of your due diligence, they have some amazing product coming out.
Nicholas is saying that the new administration and obviously COVID may have affected this company.
I'm personally not a big fan of investing in companies that require the government, or they're going to do really well, because the second that can happen, it can also go away. That's my personal opinion.
That's why we kind of avoided stamps.com.
And
Similar reasoning.
And Palantir a bit.
Oh, well, Palantir's entire success is from the government.
Mo, there's no way you can trade this with.
Yeah, the average shares traded per day is less than 22,000. So again, this is not something you want to trade, not even day trade. Just, I don't know what to say.
Mo's always a good closer over there.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
Just pan to the camera in disbelief.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
Okay, guys. Well, I would say, Nicholas, thank you for, a new product in the Navy in development, he's saying. Yeah, it sounds like Nicholas is trying to find maybe a hidden gem here.
To me, this is not, like, if you're looking at something this small, it's not something you're going to trade on a chart. This is, and I'm sure he asked this question from a purely a value perspective. There's no way that he was asking for a chart review on this, because this is, like you said, Seth, he's probably looking for a hidden gem, and maybe he found something. So
David has a great question. David Los said, Paul, there are two options to calculate the desired stock price on Analyzer. Which one do you prefer? Excellent question. David has very good questions, by the way. Have you guys noticed that?
I like this guy.
He asks a good question. Anyways, I like looking at them both to kind of get an idea. If the numbers are all over the place, then it kind of tells me, okay, there's a disconnect somewhere here. If the numbers are close together, which they should be, because over long periods of time, free cash flow and earnings should be the same. At the end of the day, I still prefer the non-IRS and non-SEC rule affected cash flow. It is still affected by those rules, but it's less affected. It's not as easy to manipulate. I prefer the free cash flow method, but they should, over long periods of time, be relatively close to each other. I'm more concerned about the assumptions I put in and seeing if the numbers come out pretty similar with each other. It is, I mean, at the end of the day, if you ask the average investor what a PE is versus price to free cash flow, they're going to know PE, 99 out of 100 times and price to free cash flow 1 time. So PE is the way to look at it, but understanding how that PE is consisted of is very important.
Nicholas says that NASA is using their stuff for testing radar for use in space. I would say he's done his homework, which is very, very good to do on a company like this. I mean, we are trying to find sort of hidden gems, companies no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
And you're doing great work.
And that's what I liked. He picked this. He knew what he was talking about. He did the due diligence. So good job. Good job.
In light of, Paul and you and I, Mo and Tim, sat here for a good 4.5 hours last night researching and studying Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I know, Paul, you came up with a new number, a price target, a massive price target.
I believe one Bitcoin will be larger than the U.S. economy in about 4 days. It'll be a $23 trillion coin.
And Mo, for you?
Larger than the global economy. I think he's a little bit weak.
I was wrong. I meant to say
You're
universe
bearish?
economy,
Bearish
not global. Sorry.
Okay.
Mo, one coin this time next year is going to be worth, go ahead.
44 trillion.
Perfect. Great. All right, that is our take. That is our take on Bitcoin, and that is our take on Coda. Daniel is asking for, he says, great job, guys. When will we get UK and EU stocks on Everything Money so I can join the patrons?
Soon. Join the Patreon now, though, because you're going to get a cheaper price now. And if you wait till the European ones come out, you're going to be paying probably $5 or $10 more per month. So overpay for now so that when it comes out in 2 or 3 months, you're not overpaying later.
And he is asking for either HOC UK or Barrick Gold. We've done Barrick Gold. Would you like to look at Barrick Gold right now?
Did he pay?
He did pay, yeah.
Okay.
He's ready to go. Barrick Gold.
GOLD.
Is it what it is?
Yeah, GOLD. Great. That's
PIMP?
That's a ticker symbol. Barrick Gold. GOLD. Yeah, go ahead, Tim. Okay, great. We have done Barrick Gold in the past. Paul, we just did a video. Did it come out about? No, it did not. We just did a video, Paul, about it did inflation versus gold versus silver versus Bitcoins. It's all kind of confusing to a normal guy like myself. Can you give us your new stance on gold and what you're investing? Your portfolio, which is given to the patrons, it has some gold in it, and maybe tell us
It
why.
has gold miners in
yes,
there.
of course.
I own GDX and GDXJ. They are 2 ETFs, one of which buys smaller miners and one of which buys bigger miners. And I'm sure Barrick is in the bigger one. So I don't understand commodities very well. I don't understand gold and silver because it doesn't give me a stream of cash flow. I very much understand streams of cash flow, balance sheets, earnings, things like that I understand very well. A fixed asset that has a value as all intents and purposes, a perception, it's harder for me to understand that. Now, I don't want to get into the whole philosophical, but all money has a perception. Okay, I got it. But I like a steady stream of cash. So when I'm making a bet on gold, I want to make a bet on the miners because I don't know which miner will do the best. But I look at the entire industry and the sector and say, okay, everybody here is selling really cheap because the sector was really beaten down for a long time. Instead of making 1 or 2 individual bets, let me buy the entire sector. I'll probably make less money, but I'll also make less mistakes. And I'm okay with that. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So Barrick, should we go into it?
Yeah, let me give a little once over. Barrick Gold is a gold corporation mining company that produces gold, copper, 16 operating sites in 13 countries. It's headquartered in Toronto, Canada. Beautiful city, Paul.
In 2020, the firm produced nearly 4.8 million attributable ounces of gold and nearly 460 million pounds of copper. Wow.
Gold is rad, It comes out from the middle of the earth, That's how.
And gold's back, baby.
Gold is back.
I never thought I'd ever have anything gold. Now I have a couple gold watches. I love it. I actually want to get the Scott Disick.
Your gold teeth.
Gold teeth?
Yeah, bicuspid.
It's actually, I don't have my wisdom teeth removed. I actually got them capped in gold.
Yeah. So anyway, you want to go with Barrick Gold? Let's get
I actually don't have my wisdom teeth removed, by the way.
Oh, okay. Keep going. Okay, great. Keep going.
Okay, $38 billion company, 15.3 PE, and a 19% profit margin. So far, I like what I see. They have a dividend yield of 1.56%, which pays about $600 million a year. I'm just going to skip to the top here. Last year's free cash flow was $3.7 billion. The last 5 years, 1.5. So their dividends are easily easily covered.
I love having a PE less than 20. This is rare nowadays. And that profit margin, I mean, I don't know what gold miners are, but it's just nice to see a nice 20% profit margin.
And we'll see from looking at other years whether that was a consistent profit margin or a 1 year profit margin or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
1.5 dividends, not too shabby, Paul.
No, it's not. But the great news is they easily have the cash flow to cover their dividend. So I'm not worried about this dividend being taken away. Low return on assets, low return on invested capital, that's fine.
All right, how about pillar number 3 is revenue growth over the past 5 years, my friend?
Now, the revenue on this company is going to go where gold goes, the price of gold. When gold prices are up, revenue is going to be up. When gold prices are down, revenue is going to be down. So, in the last 5 years, where's gold prices gone? Up.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
8.6 to 12.8. Let's look at gold prices. EIG. Okay, so we go to gold prices. We go 5 years. Let's go all. What's 5 years? 16. Look at gold prices. $1,000 to $1,800. Does that make sense now?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So that's where I look at it going, okay, I can make money here. Now, net income growth. 1.42 billion to 2.46. Check mark there. Now look at this, Uncle Seth. These are the concerns I have. 1.59 billion right here. Other income and expenses up top, they had a write-off of 1.1 billion. Look in previous years. Write-off, 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 write-off. Look at those four big write-offs right there. This is a total of $28 billion in write-offs over a 4-year period.
What are they doing?
My guess is that they had some mines that they had in their assets as a certain price, and they ended up being like, oops, gold is down a lot, so we got to write these things down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my guess. Again, this is part of the shallowness of the 8 pillars. This just tells you a story. Go find out the answers and go find out the rest of the story here. Because I don't like these big losses here that are attributable to write-offs. You know what I mean?
Kyle says when we get to the shares outstanding, it'll be eye-opening as well. But let's get to profit growth over the past 5 years.
I just did that.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah.
Shares outstanding then, pillar number 5.
Oof. 1.17 to 1.78. But in fairness, I will say this. There was a big jump here. Did they make an acquisition?
Yeah, that's what he was saying, 2019. Tons of shares.
Yeah, but what happened?
Anybody know out there? Let us know.
Yeah, let's ask what happened here, because it looks like it was probably an acquisition along the way. Because they had pretty consistent shares outstanding for the previous 4 or 5 years.
Jonathan saying Barrick is amazing, great capital disciplined. And a lot of people are bringing up, obviously, the idea of gold's price and where that's going to go. Do you want to look at current assets over current liabilities, pillar number 6?
8.8 billion versus 2.33. So they have plenty of cash on hand. Plenty of cash on hand.
Free cash flow over the past 5 years.
Free cash flow. 1.5 to 3.69, that's a check, with an average of 1.5. 1.5 times 20 is 30 billion. What's the market cap?
37?
Is it? So it's an X, but it's not far off the 20 number. Now, look at previous year's free cash flow. Boy, they had 5 years in a row of negative free cash flow.
So years ago, Paul, from 2010 through 2011, 12, and this was a $50 stock, upwards of, $50 stock. It's at 21 today.
So isn't it interesting? Look at this. 2012 to 15, it was losing money hand over fist. And it was $50 stock. Now it's making more money, and it's a $20 stock. Do you see how...
No, I'm sorry. It went from a drastic decline, Paul. My apologies. By 2000, it was $50 in 2011. By 2015, $6.
Oh, makes sense, because look what happened. 2015 was their big write-off year stopped. The free cash flow losses stopped. Boom. And now what's it at?
$21.
So it's tripled since then, because they've gotten secure on their... Because remember, guys, back... how long ago did we have the big run-up for gold prices, right? So look, gold prices skyrocketed. Gold prices skyrocketed in 2012. Went to 1,800. The perception was gold's going to the moon. You can't miss out. Everybody loved Barrick. Go buy Barrick. All of a sudden, gold prices collapse. What happens to the stock? It collapsed. So if you believe in gold prices and you want to believe in a company, buy these companies. If you want to just buy gold, buy gold. It doesn't matter to me. I just prefer understanding free cash flow. And I have to do more research on each individual company, see what their actual mining costs are. But if you believe in gold in the future, which I do, I buy the miners. There you go.
Jamie said this company acquired Acacia Mining in 2019. So
there you go. That's why the shares outstanding were ginormous. And I want to thank some people here real quick.
Please do.
Actually, just Joel Atala. I shouldn't have said his last name. That's okay.
That's okay.
Joel, Eric, Caden, and Enrique and Santos. Thank you very much for joining the
Patreon.
Yeah.
Trader Mo is here. He's patiently waiting over there, flexing his biceps and chesticles, and he's here to tell us about Barrick Gold. Are they trading it?
Okay, before I go, gold is very difficult to trade because of what a perfect example is what happened last week. It goes up, it jumps down, it gaps all over the place. So this gold, GOLD, it doesn't move, it doesn't do that very much. But when you get into like GDX and AU and all these different things, they gap quite often. So if you're trading gold, just be very careful. Make sure you have stops in place. I mean, here's a good example. It dropped down just last week when the Fed said whatever the hell they said. Anyways, downtrend right now, of course, and this thing can just keep falling on you. I think all of this is going to come down with gold and trading it to whatever they do with inflation and interest rates and this and that. And gold, as we all know, I mean, it's very driven by markets and market environments. So right now, gold is in the news, so gold's going to be swinging around a lot. So if you are trading this, just please use stops. That's all I ask of you.
Paul, we're giving away a Tesla when we hit 50,000 subscribers. We're going to start talking seriously about merch at 50,000 subscribers, and people want to know, obviously, when the updates to the software are coming with the European stocks, the foreign stocks.
All coming.
So say it again, Paul.
This is all coming if you're a patron. I announced them in the patron announcements. We've beaten every deadline I think I've set for the software along the way. Is that correct? I don't think we've missed a single deadline. We're beating deadlines like crazy. So I am under-promising and over-delivering, which is a big thing I like to do. Guys, the software is getting better and better and better. 80 cents a day. You get Discord, you get the software, you get Stock Analyzer, you get Real Estate Calculator. There are people paying $8 a month for what they got here. Be that person who brags in a year when you pay $24 a month because it's $50 a month at that point. So that's all I'm sitting there saying. We have our goals. And the other thing is, guys, I have absolutely decided that at some point we were going to stop the number of entries into the software, and it'll only be based on, for every 100 people that sign up to even enter the software, we're going to open 10 spots. 100 people sign up, give us their emails. We'll send an email out and say, guys, 10 spots have opened up. The first 10 to sign up get it. So we're going to make this very exclusive. It's going to be a very large number, though, because we have a lot of room to run on our subscription account numbers for YouTube. But as you can tell, we're a very, very young account, and we're still doing great. What do we have right now? At this very second, we have 49,805 subscribers. So we're 195 away. We have an internal bet on when we hit 50,000. I said tomorrow at 6 a.m. Tim said tomorrow at 7 a.m. Seth changed his 18 times. He finally set it on tomorrow at 1:15 p.m. And Mo said tomorrow at 2 a.m. I think it's going to be, and then Nate said 4 a.m.
If someone is up overseas while we're sleeping, like I said, Paul takes a warm bottle of milk and he cuddles up around 10:30 at night and you hang out with your dogs. He'll be asleep, but if someone can screen capture the 50K.
I roofie myself, actually.
Yourself.
Each night.
Yes.
Just a shot of ketamine and it's over. On to the next day. Adrian donated to Destination Rescue. Adrian donated the $50, and he wanted to see the company XPEL. The ticker symbol is the ticker symbol, listen to me, XPEL. This is Wikipedia says this is a commercial company, and that's it. They're headquartered in San Antonio, Texas, founded in 1997. I have no clue what they do or why someone would like this. Maybe, Adrian, you can let us know why you wanted to see this so bad. But here you go, Paul. Let's look at XPEL. What the heck is this?
Okay, XPEL, guys. Let's see here. Provider of protective films and coatings. Wait a second.
People are really starting to look at all these like small caps.
Should you? This isn't really. I mean, should you sell them your DGF spray company?
My DGF. Maybe. What do they do again?
All right, $2.45 billion market cap. A crowd-pleasing 104 PE. That's an X, folks. 12.9% check mark there. So, what the hell happened there? I don't know if this 104 PE is because of something crazy that happened, but look at it this way. The revenue last year was $182 million. Even if every single dollar was profit, it'd still be over 15 PE. So this already seems way overpriced. It's selling for 13.5 times sales, no dividend. Really high return on assets and really high return on invested capital, though. That's pretty good.
Other people were asking for this, and Adrian's aware they have a bad PE or EBIT, EV, but great, but still he.
Ooh, big growth though. Look at the growth.
Okay, go ahead. Pillar number 3 is
53 million in revenue to 182. That's a check mark. 10 years ago, they did 7 million in revenue.
wow.
So this is a big growth story, right? All right, net income 1.45 million to 23 million. Check mark there. Shares outstanding. This is gonna be bad. Not bad. It's still up. 27.33 to 27.61. So it's still an X, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Exhibited some self-control. Cash on hand, 72 million versus 26 million, and they have total debts of 35 million. So they have 40 million in extra cash on hand that all debts complete. Cash flow statement. Let's look at this thing. 5-year average, 7.8 million from a negative 189 to a positive 24 million. Check mark. Boy, that's a big jump in the last year though, Seth. So 8 times 20 is $160 million. That's an X. They're selling for 2.5 billion. They're selling for 100 times free cash flow as well as 100 times earnings. Let's put in the stock analyzer tool because I want to see what they have to grow at to make this price justifiable.
Mo, are people trading this smaller cap company?
So there's only, it's in the 100,000s of shares being traded per day. So it's tough again, but we're going to do it anyway. So if you bought this back here, good job. Because you have a great trend moving up. You're in the overbought area. It's just going sideways on you, no problem at all. And if you keep getting green engulfing candlesticks to the top side, keep going with it. No big deal. This is a good looking stock. Just be careful with the volume. It's very light. It's around 100,000 or 200,000 average shares traded per day. Go ahead.
All right, so our stock analyzer tool here, growth, 36 to 4. It's declining, not by much. So let's go put in. I'm going to do a 5-year thing here. 20, 25, and 30% growth. Share change, 0, 0.1, 0.5, and 0. Profit margin, 8, 10, 12, 6, 9, 12. The stock is currently selling for $84.
Yeah, 85, yeah.
85. I have a price range of 11 to 34.
Kind of low.
Yeah, that's expected though. That's with big numbers here on revenue growth, guys. At 20% a year, the low side, 20% per year for the next 5 years. 1.2 to the 5th power times 185 million. That means they're $460 million in revenue here in 5 years.
And this was basically a penny stock from 2008 to 2018, and then now it's completely exploded.
Yeah. So I'm very wary of this one. I'm not going forward with this one. I'm going to wait.
There's usually some hype around these, Paul, but they make auto paint protection film. What's going on with this one?
Yeah, this is just weird to me.
Weird one. Anyway, thanks for the donation, guys, to Destination Rescue. Or Destiny Rescue, whatever the heck it's called. I know, I love it. We've been laughing our butts off the whole. If you just joined us, we've been laughing our butts off the whole show about Destiny's Child. So,
I will sing. My favorite song by Destiny's Child is "Survivor."
You will sing this song when?
Do you want me to sing it right now?
You need to play. If you have a playover, we'll probably get booted. I don't.
Oh, will we?
I'm guessing you'll sing so well, like a combination of like Fergie and Jesus. That we'll just get kicked.
I'm like Fergie singing the national anthem over here.
We'll just get kicked from YouTube for.
I might get a record deal like Usher and Justin Bieber, like Justin Bieber got with Usher.
Copyright infringement. Say my name.
I saw a note on YouTube recently. I don't know, Tim, did you see this? When you log in, it says like, "Hey, this video has a copyright issue."
Mm-hmm. All right. We're now getting donations for you to sing. We should document. We should have Everything Money karaoke at some point, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to do a lot of.
Be
songs.
not afraid.
Mo, would you sing Everything Money karaoke?
I do not like karaoke.
Okay, that's Mo's take.
Let's do some questions because we're done with our stocks. Let's do some questions.
General Q&A. Questions about moving forward. We welcome them in now.
Got me wormed. That's a great name. Thanks for the donation.
Add a vocal channel for the Discord. Serenade us.
Serenade.
please. We're probably gonna.
How long do you like to hold your stocks? I assume that means. Do you have a standard time, or do you? I hold them until it hits the price I want. And if I have another option on what to buy, then I sell them. But if I still think if the story changes along the way and the price gets better, then I keep them. That's simple. Very much that simple.
People are saying, how do you evaluate an IPO? We typically don't.
I don't. IPOs are all about hype, guys. Literally, the job of an investment bank when they take a company public is to go generate hype so that people want the stock. It's literally the definition of it.
People are asking if they joined the Patreon, are they locked in at that price? The answer is yes, besides any Patreon fees that they might put on us, which we're trying to get away from. But yes, if you join Patreon today, we have people who are paying $8 for the software, people who
and by the way, their $8 will go up, but it's going to go up to like 3 or 4 or 5% a year with cost. That's it. You're only going to get increases based on costs. When everybody else is paying $49, you're still paying your $8 plus your costs every year. That's it.
Everyone's asking about the Tesla giveaway. There are some restrictions and rules we need to stay with, and so we're gonna keep you informed. Even if we hit 50,000, be very careful about how we're gonna give this away. And it's absolutely happening, and you all will see the winner very, very soon. So, a weight check. Yes, Lily's asking. Paul challenged me to lose yesterday. I was very pleased, Paul. I hit 250.0, 250
How was it today?
pounds. Now, sadly, to celebrate, I went out to eat with my wife. So I'm back up to 251, but today's the day. So,
where'd you go?
We went to Twisted Olive in Green.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah, the pizza.
In Green? The one off the 77?
Yeah.
Off of 241?
From Cranston? Yes, Paul. That's the Twisted Olive. They have one location. Okay.
That place good?
It was okay. I found out that some of their food is frozen, which I'm not a big fan of. When I go to we paid $100.
Yeah, and we know how
give us.
Was it busy?
It was busy. Yeah.
On a Monday night?
It was busy.
Mondays
An
and
hour
Friday.
wait. An hour wait.
You waited an hour for food.
Yo, every restaurant is like when we went to the Cheesecake Factory on a Monday night. That was it was
they
like
don't
a
have
40-minute
staff.
wait.
Let me tell you something, guys.
Hold on a
40-minute
second.
wait.
There were empty tables.
Everybody wants to get back
They
out.
don't have the staff, Paul.
Oh, did you hear
I didn't
that?
think I had to.
Wait, did you hear that?
No.
He said that empty tables didn't have the staff. I went to Taco Bell on Sunday in the drive-thru and it said we will be closing at 9 o'clock because of a lack of staff. Sad.
Yep.
Do you see malls now closed at like
I called
7?
Best Buy is closing at 8 now. They used to close at 10.
Yeah, this is I would
I just
say
called
too,
them right before the show.
Paul, I think we're gonna get in.
They used to close at 10.
I think we're gonna bring the scale in for the Seth challenge, weight loss challenge. We'll have a scale cam, as long as a thigh cam. Tim, we need to talk about this, like just a full thigh check cam that's ready to go for you, Paul, and moving forward.
So you want to do the weight check, but we can't do it here because there's carpet here.
Yeah, we can. We stand up on the table.
Oh yeah, we might be able to do it. Put it on.
It's like
we can figure
it's
it
like
out.
in The Office when Michael hoists up Tony Gardner.
Paul, talk about Kate is still on. I love you, Kate. She was on. Talk about an Everything Money week-long investing retreat in Mexico. How would it work?
Guys, if we did that, I'm full disclosure, it would be expensive as all get out. We're talking about
How many thousands?
$10,000 per person.
Okay.
Because we're talking about limiting our group to 15 people, or whatever it would be. It's like, for that, I got to really make it worth our time. You know what I mean? Plus, it's like, it's better to do an investing event in like Dallas or Atlanta or Vegas where I can get 500 or 1,000 people there, each paying a much more reasonable amount of money, like $2,000. That way we can have a good weekend of motivation, of mindset, of investing, of numbers, things like that. Because individually in Mexico, oh my lordy. Plus, I got to entertain you guys. I got to be putting on magic tricks all the time. It's just going to be tough for me.
Massages would be included, though. I mean, I go for the full 2-hour massage, Paul.
Seth, we know you and you're ready. By the way, here's Seth in Mexico. I want to eat upstairs in the wind. We're up here in the wind waiting for him. Where's Seth? He's getting a massage.
Our food is getting blown over
Our
into the
food is
ocean.
getting blown away. Seth is banned from making any decisions on our trips from now on. Like literally every single time a bad decision is made, we have one attachment to it. What attachment is that?
You didn't tell me that.
Oh my Lord, we all tease it, we all joke about it. By the way, we've definitely told you that. You just didn't hear about it.
How about the time we almost all died in a waterfall?
That wasn't my decision. Whose idea was that, by the way?
I witnessed Seth almost die. That was incredible. He just goes over this
your
waterfall. Head first. He doesn't come up for like 5 seconds.
Yes.
Comes up without glasses on.
And to think,
he lost them.
And to think in Mexico, when we do have the Everything Money conference, the guest speaker will be Stockmo, of all people.
We did do that.
Just
By the way,
oh no,
Deb, the person who cleans my house told me today, Paul, I think there are comments, and I get confused. Stock Mo is not Mo.
Trader Mo.
Trader Mo is Trader Mo. Stock Mo is the douchebag on YouTube who thinks he knows a lot about stocks when he knows nothing about stocks. And
True.
he's a
moron.
Yeah, he's a moron.
He's a moron.
Yeah.
And to bring it all home, Susie said, don't go chasing waterfalls, Paul. Because we were in one. All right, guys. What do you think? Nick is very fired up. We're well over 49. We need less than 200 subscribers to get to 50.
What are we at right now? We were at 49,805 before. Now we're at 49,808. Sick. 3 more.
Yep.
That was great.
That's our show. Just watch us count along how many subscribers we have.
That's how you grow to 50,000.
Yes. The
Beanie, could you guys create a dedicated video on the theory and math, the analyzer tool? It's Excel. It's a glorified Excel function. That's all it is. It's IRR. That's all we're talking. MPV, IRR. That's all it is. Because there's everybody who makes these complicated Excel sheets, they're just trying to wow you. It's just cash in, cash out. That's it. That's all it is, guys. That's it.
Your thoughts on Making a Murderer? Did he do it or did he not?
No. It's Carol Baskin.
I'm asking both.
Making a Murderer.
I still think he did it.
Do you?
How does he get a burned body on his property?
Yeah, I don't think he did it.
So what's the reason why you don't think he did it?
Well, I'd have to watch the show again, but I used to have a reason. But I remember watching it, and I was like, "There's no way he did it because of this reason." I can't remember. I watched it. That was 3 or 4 years ago.
What's happening?
Carol Baskin is interesting. So where I lived in Tampa, it was in Odessa.
What is it? 2020?
It was in Odessa, and we would always drive by this big cat rescue. It was right next to the McDonald's. I would always get coffee at. And my dad wanted it. He was like, "We need to donate a lot of money to these people. They're doing good work." And then it turned out that was Carol Baskin's place. It was 7 minutes away. We had no idea.
Hi, cool cats and kittens out there.
Paul, what if I just sat here and stayed live until we got 50,000 subscribers?
That would be
a marathon show.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
It would be a marathon.
We could tell stories till we're blue in the face.
I have to go in 30 minutes, so I would not be involved with that.
That's what other people do.
Well, you could leave and then come back. We'll still be going.
Very true. Making a Murderer was his nephew. See, I don't think it was his nephew who did it. That poor
I don't think
kid.
so either. I think it was somebody on the outside. Plus, there was way too much stuff. I mean, granted,
remember one thing we heard?
It's very one-sided.
Yes.
Now, there's a podcast coming from the other side. I have not listened to the podcast, but all that evidence was pointing to so much framework, if true.
I will say that the murder, they said that the murder happened in that one shed or that one trailer.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be some gruesome, bloody murder, and they found like no blood anywhere.
No blood.
I was like, okay, that's a little weird, but that could just be, I mean, listen, I don't know.
You know what? I'm going to watch it again, and then when we get back from Turks and Caicos, I'll give a synopsis. And I'll listen to the podcast. Give me a month.
Well, Turks and Caicos is this weekend.
I need to watch 20 episodes, plus the podcast. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm done, Seth. Seth is looking at me like, what the hell are you doing?
I was going to drive to Lordstown after this and go look at Lordstown Motors. But
by the way, this is coming from Seth, who's very busy all the time. He's like, let's go to Lordstown.
But but this is what I'll do for the show. I'm being bored now. This is what I'll do for the show, Paul, is I'll take time out of my busy schedule. I do imagine myself sometimes like what life would be like.
Are you going to go?
No, without a wife and kids. Like, what is Paul doing all day? I just don't know. Like, like you said, we have different definitions of busy, right? Like,
I have 9 businesses that I started.
Oh, but I know, but you don't have like little children, like.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
Little children that like are taking up your time, like like a love busy is different from like a business busy, like so it is weird. We have different levels of busyness in our own mind, but okay, so I can stay on, but what if I should do story time?
Are you really going to stay on until we hit 50,000?
I'm going to go to the gym if
First
you're going to do that.
There's 500 people. Not 500
people, it's 192 people.
There's 500 people watching right now. A simple share button to a mother or a friend can plow us over this 50K, and we start the Tesla giveaway today, Tim.
And then who wins?
And then we figure out who wins and how we're getting it to you and all that. It's all going to happen.
Give or take 30, nobody wins. Yeah. All right, everybody. But first off,
we put our bets in, and now we're going to rig our own bets.
Nick just goes, I just unsubscribed or resubscribed.
Thank you,
Nick. That doesn't help us.
Like what I would say is though, what did you say, Mo? Yeah, we didn't take any money bets though. We just
Right, but it's like
threw it up in the air.
it's still fun.
So who knew I
is
could
calling
throw
me?
the whole system by just staying on?
All right, let's redo it. And whoever wins.
But what do we do story time? I mean, the more people are now jumping on, Paul. They're hearing this and they're jumping on. So Matthew said, I just
Wait a second. We need a COVID test before we go to Turks?
I don't know.
Mary just texted me and said this.
I have no idea.
Why are you laughing?
How are you going to get a COVID test today? Down by your dad's hospital?
My dad's office.
That's just funny. I guess you have to go get a COVID test right now. That's fine. Yeah. Everyone
Yeah, while we're
create
there.
new
Okay.
accounts.
Yeah, cool.
Karaoke time. All right, Paul.
So I guess tomorrow we're going to Canton.
Let's go to Canton tomorrow.
All right.
Best long-term buy.
I have no idea. Whatever you can buy for
Bitcoin.
the cheapest amount.
It's not what you buy. It's what you pay.
Yeah, it's what you pay for what you buy.
Um,
Guys, there's no such thing as one good buy. It's just all depends. Here's an example. Pick any asset in the world. Would you pay $1 for it? Yes. Or no, I don't know. Would you pay $1 trillion for it? Probably no. Okay, pick another really amazing asset that everybody in the world talks about how it's amazing. Would you pay $1 for it? Yes. Would you pay 10 trillion for it? No. It's all about the price you pay. That's it. Everything's about the price you pay. That is it. Anybody who says otherwise is wrong. Because even when they talk about the hype, it's still about the price you pay relative to the hype. Even then, the problem with the hype investors is they don't understand that. They just sit there and say, well, it's just hype, it's just going to keep going up. That doesn't work.
I can't imagine the document system for Turks and Caicos is very elaborate in terms of one of the cards you need for a COVID test, right? I mean, you can take an.
I have no idea. Is Uncle Paul going to buy a blow-up doll on Prime Day? Why buy more?
I'm sorry.
Crickets.
Crickets. Thank you.
Okay. Next.
Shh. Okay. Blow up doll. That is funny. Meaning of life. Remember,
You know what's funny? Big Chungus. When you guys get big, remember the OGs. We've been hearing that since subscriber count 500.
That's true.
And in a million, you know what I mean? It's just always people saying that.
When y'all have.
It's funny. I have a beautiful closet in my new house, and it has good clothes in there. It's just I wear this one because Seth. First of all, I like these shirts. I wear white and black of these all the time. But Seth also wants me to wear the black because it's good for the camera.
Yeah, if you wanted to move to collared shirt, Paul, that'd be great too for the show.
I don't want to do that.
What is your recent take on Bitcoin just crashing down? And what happened, Tim? What happened to it?
Well, the Bitcoin lovers it's still up from a year and a half ago. I just sit there and say there's gonna be more pain. I think it is satisfying to see the Bitcoin fall in half in a matter of a month and a half, 2 months. But I hear the Bitcoin people who are big proponents of it just say, "Hey, buy the dip." I'm like, okay, buy the dip.
Dogecoin is plummeting as well.
What's Doge at?
Under 20 cents.
Well, that means nothing to me. What did it hit? 70? A 70% drop.
Yeah, it's terrible.
No, it's not a 70%.
Didn't it go to 1
It's a
cent this
60%
morning
drop.
at some point? Yeah.
Wait, is it 20 cents?
Somebody told me it went to 1 cent this morning. I read it in the
Doge?
Discord. Yeah, I read it in the Discord chat. So I didn't look. I don't look at this crap. I just make predictions based on my extensive knowledge and the drastic changes in the Bitcoin environment.
Rahman is currently in Mexico. I'll ask him if Pancho's still alive, but I'm pretty sure he is.
We'll get a video for you on an Android phone that'll send in 2 megapixels.
Paul, you're not against Paul, you're not against cannabis. You just like it to equilibrate out and maybe then start investing.
Yeah, let all the crap go to the side. Let the strong companies come through, the ones that are going to be the leaders, and buy them at reasonable prices that factor in their growth potential.
For 80 cents a day, you can help Paul afford a new shirt. Yep, it's a tough life he lives, folks.
But I'm going to buy a new watch here soon. The second we hit...
Is the Turks and Caicos mansion complete, and can you show us pictures?
We don't own the house yet.
But just show us pictures of it. Just come on.
Is there a reason why I shouldn't show pictures of it?
Can't we dream?
We already said the price, right?
Can't we dream?
Let's call Andrew.
Okay.
He'll probably say no.
Don't go to my camera. I'll pull it up, and then
Okay.
if Andrew says yes,
We need 180. We need 180.
I just said don't go to my
subs.
camera.
Satsai, how we did testing the winner. We're doing an enormous raffle of all patron members, and if you've been in the Patreon for more time, you get more entries. And we're spinning the thing, taking the winner, and we're gonna find them. That's how it's gonna happen.
Let's see if Andrew even answers my phone call. He never answers my phone call.
We need 180 to get to 50,000. A dream of mine, Paul.
Oh, we got.
It says on my end we need 180 to get to 50,000 subscribers.
Andrew.
A monumental goal.
Andrew. Why'd you not do my FaceTime?
I'm investing in Dogecoin and blackjack. I'm already a Patreon member.
Okay, our fans, that's a lie, but our fans want to see the house in Turks. Is there any reason I cannot show the house in Turks?
He's going to be careful and say, don't show it.
But the FaceTime thing. It's a new Audi. There's no way.
When will the Everything Money coin will be released? Boys, guys, I talked to Paul.
Either way, can I show them the house on Turks and Caicos or no?
I talked to Paul about creating a fake coin for Everything Money as a gag, and they weren't for it, but that would have been hilarious.
Perfect. Yeah, we're in contract, right?
We released our own coin. So who's talking in the background? No, it's not Don. Rest in peace. My wife just subscribed.
No, but it's ours. Like, nobody can come steal it from us.
They don't.
All right, we'll show it. Thanks, bro.
You ready?
All right, bye.
No or yes?
We're good?
Yeah, we're good. Are you
All right, come to my camera.
Okay, here is Mo. This is the house in Turks and Caicos. You paid $1.8 million for this, Paul.
That's the view from the master.
1.7.
Oh my, go back. Oh my God, look at that ocean.
1.7.
How is the ocean?
And you know what the best part about this water is? No motorsports are allowed. So no jet skis, no boats. You're allowed to paddleboard and kayak out there, but you're not going to have this zooming past nonstop.
Can you put a camera on me for a second? Really quick, guys. This house is dated on the inside a little bit. It is not the way I want it to be. I plan on putting significant money into this house. So when you see these pictures,
$500,000 or?
Yeah, $500,000, if not more. Much to the chagrin of some of my business partners, when they said $500,000, I said, yeah, maybe more. And they're like, what? I'm like, hey, listen, I want this to be a house that, listen, I really love the fact that everybody goes to our Mexico house and not a single person comes back and goes, hey, it wasn't what I expected. Every single person comes back and says, it was way more than I expected.
Let's go back then, Mo. Go back to that ocean.
Oh, what are you doing? Why are you flying for the pictures, bro?
I thought you were kind of done.
Go back. Oh, look,
This is a great picture. Look at this little dock. We're thinking about putting a hot tub right there, right on the water.
Dock by the
Imagine
bay.
my furry body just plunging into a cannonball right into the whatever ocean.
This front needs work. But look at that view.
Look at
Isn't that great? Great patio, huh?
Why do I have clouds in the picture?
Paul.
Why does everybody do this?
I love clouds. I put clouds in.
It's terrible.
Keep going. Okay, the interior needs. I mean, it's still very nice, but I mean, it's not.
See, like my brother likes the floor there. It's terrible floor.
It's not Paul nice. Keep going.
My brother was like, literally Saddam Hussein's illegitimate son.
So tell me this. Go back. Is this one of these places you guys are going to find out this weekend where you just are there no bugs? There's no screens. You just open like in Mexico.
I guess we're going to find out this weekend. When I was in Aruba, there were no bugs there. So I'm just picturing this as kind of being the same kind of tropical island like Aruba, but I guess we'll find out. Aruba's definitely more south, but let's keep going here.
No,
little
Paul,
dining area.
The patrons are asking, they get a discount on these houses, right?
Yeah, so guys, every patron gets a discount between 5 and 15% on everything we do, which includes ththese houses. That's the thing that you guys got to remember. Like the thing that people don't even value in our Patreon, you want a vanity at $1,700, you get a discount just by buying, because as long as we sell it, and we're going to be much better about that on the website soon, but you get a discount for everything.
Yeah, right here, you get, if you're in the Bid and Ask Nation, you get 15% off and 10% off if you're a minion. And then that's it. So, and that includes, that's not only Mexico, it's vanities, lighting,
everything we sell from any one of our businesses.
Yeah.
Dynasty owner, you get a discount on all that stuff.
Oh no, Brandon's saying there's definitely bugs in Turks and mosquitoes in Turks and Caicos.
But people love Turks. Like that floor right there has got to go. That's marble. That's tile. That's made to look like wood.
Oh, is it really?
I'm pretty sure. Look at it.
What is the?
Looks like wood to me.
It looks nice. That bathroom I like.
Yeah.
That's a nice bathroom.
I'll go live from the
tub. The tub doesn't match the look of the bathroom, but
no,
that's easy fix.
Yeah,
I'll go live from that tub mode. Yeah, live Seth portfolio.
Look at that bedroom. Go to the next one.
It's just okay. It looks like a child's bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Look at that picture on the wall. You see that?
Yeah.
And this looks
art would go a long way in this house.
This looks like Paul's master bedroom right here with the little pink.
This is what his old master looked like.
baseball themed.
Except it was bright pink everywhere.
I have a home run fence put on the opposite wall of my bedroom.
You can play baseball in there.
I get the
Okay, so how do patrons look into some of these webs? Everything. I'm sorry. How do they look into the Mexico houses?
LuxuryEI.com. LuxuryEI.com.
And then reach out to Help at Everything Money and say you want a discount on these things. But guys, don't spend our time doing it. I guess Nate's not going to change the camera on me.
Nate's busy laughing.
He's showing the pictures.
Don't waste our time doing this unless you're really serious about going. We get a lot of tire kickers, and nothing aggravates me more than people who are like, well, what's this? This house will be between $12,000 and $18,000 a week retail. It depends when you're going, how much time left to go. There's so many factors. Like, for example, if it's the middle of bad season and it's a week from now and we have an available week, you're gonna get the best possible deal. If you want 2 years out from now and some prime week, you're gonna pay top dollar. That's just the way it is.
Brian's asking, how does Tim, the process is maybe he's a patron and he wants to get in Dynasty Owner. How does he get the discount to Dynasty Owner?
Oh, Nick.
Don't email me. He can go help at everything money or
Help at Everything Money will get you help?
We'll take care of it. Same
Commish?
people.
Commish?
Tell me, help at everything money.
Help at Everything Money. As always, guys, Help at Everything Money can get you in the right spot, get you those discounts for Dynasty Owner. Tim, we're going to have a big Dynasty Owner this fall, a returning champion, myself, of course, and it should be great. So when I clicked book now, I got an error. Oh,
Yeah, I just said thanks.
Okay.
Where's book now?
Oh, my wife is on Mexico's Pure Luxury. I'm going to Mexico twice next year, Paul. In January with you, which I'm very appreciative, and then again in the fall with my friends. We just had a Mexico meeting last night, Paul, and I think
Where's book now?
I don't know. Tickle the like, everyone. As always.
I don't even know where book now is.
Maybe Colin's on the wrong. What have you?
Individual house you can book today.
Okay.
So click destination and then you can go.
Yeah. So Kacharin, I'm not seeing much of the app updates
That
slow,
worked.
but we only have a few more subscribers. We have 49,822 showing on my app, and so we're still a far ways off. I don't know if I can.
For Castillo.
I don't know if I could sit here. I mean, I'd love to, but it's be pretty difficult to get another 180.
No, that's
folks.
something else.
Paul,
Sublease.
is there going to be a house in Bali? Someone said.
That's the plan.
Yeah, eventually. But
It's Fiji. It's all the way in Polynesia or whatever
place
it's
starts
called.
with an M, right? Isn't that where Eat, Pray, Love was? What a great movie.
I have no idea. It sounds like a...
Great movie.
Actually, Timmy's saying he's in the bid and ask. Are all of these deals on the Everything Money website? They're really not.
No, they will be, though.
They
Listen,
will be.
guys,
They will be.
we're growing so fast. We have a lot of stuff to add. Our main focus is on the software. We just, it's not on the website, but there will be a section of the website at some point that just says, hey, you need this. Can you take the camera off of me? Look at my email. Thanks.
Raphael, we did reach out to Jimmy from Learning to Invest, and he is down for some sort of partnership shows. He reached out to us. We reached out to him, and he has yet to get back to us. So we're waiting on Jimmy to get back to us. But we'd love to talk to Jimmy and see where they're going. See what else, guys? Mo, your thoughts moving forward on the bid and ask? How's it going over there? You're still looking at Turks and Caicos. Look at those pictures. Step aside.
I'm excited to go there. Bid and ask is good. It's going to keep growing, and we're going to keep making more money. It's a very difficult market to trade in right now. It's funny. I was talking to the ambassadors this morning, and they were just like, man, this is such a difficult market to trade in because you have crazy ups, crazy downs, low volume, no volume. It's just, it's really something. So there will become a time when trading is a lot easier for you guys. For those of you that are new and getting into this, it is not this difficult to find stocks. I promise you it is not this difficult. Just right now, it is becoming very difficult. Just like it's hard to find value, it's becoming a little bit harder to find long-term trades. Day trading, that's easy. A lot of people making a lot of money in the day trading channel. So,
yeah, Benjamin's saying, what if we just shut this down and start a new live show when we're about 25 away? We could celebrate together. That would be fun. When's it going to happen, Paul? It's probably going to happen in the middle.
And nothing makes me happier than the fact that Mason just told his brother Connor about the Turks and Caicos house, and Connor had no clue.
I would say I can go live later tonight if we're getting close, Paul. I can
If you
go
want.
live later. Yeah, sure. If I hop on,
I mean, I think it's going to be like a fake, like, yay! It's 50,000, which is a lot, guys. But to me, it's more about like, every single time we hit a big number, I just take a screenshot, crop it, send it to the group. We have an EM group chat.
then we charge on.
And we charge on. It's like Nick Saban. Enjoy it for a few hours. Nick Saban enjoys the national championship for 24 hours, and then
Back to recruiting.
back to work. Ours is enjoy it for 24 minutes, and then back to the grind, I guess, right?
Yeah, we'll be giving a second car away at 100,000 later this year. Would you think it's going to happen this year? We can pull up projections, Paul, that we always beat
It will be this year.
this year.
Yeah. Go to socialblade.com.
Show us, baby.
Okay,
There I am on your channel.
socialblade.com, everything money, search. So it actually has us hitting future projections, subscriber. So it has us hitting 50,000 subscribers in 2 days, the 25th, which is actually 3 days from now. It'll be,
So we always beat these numbers.
we always beat these numbers. It has 100,000 on November 21st. It started at like December, I think the first time I looked at this, it was like December 15th. So it's getting faster and faster, and we always beat these numbers.
What does it say for 200 or 250?
200, May of next year. A million, it has us in March of 24.
So I think that moved us up, actually.
Well, that's the point. It always moves it. Like, we're always getting better. And as you grow, your subscriber count grows faster, right?
Why are you so willing to give middle fingers to so many people on YouTube with your reaction videos, Paul?
Is that a question?
Well, no, I'm saying it to myself. Why? How did you develop this mindset, which is often taken as arrogant. You're a POS. Like, when did you develop this confidence to say my way that I believe in is go ahead?
Great. So it's not my way is the right way. What it is when I left college and throughout college, I revered people that I thought were so smart. And then I left college and I found out what pieces of shit they were and liars they were. And I got so mad. And how every single person is so fake with their, oh, look how amazing. Everybody sits there just to talk about how amazing they are as opposed to showing the substance. I can tell, Seth, what'd you say about Tom Nash? Paul, how'd you know so quick he was full of shit? I go, I just knew. The second he started talking, I'm like, this guy's full of shit. Everybody, I can just tell very quickly. Any person that read the money, I can tell very quickly, do they know what they're talking about or not? Same with salespeople. Same with anything. It's not hard. It's I have this unique ability to be able to go, yeah, that person's. I actually think about it today because somebody said I was too cynical. I said, find me one person that I said was full of it that we found out later, oh, Paul was wrong. They weren't full of it. I can't think of one. Anybody? Nobody's even paying attention to me right now. Maybe I'm the one that's full of it because my own people are not even paying attention to me. Thank you, Tim. But I've never found anybody that sat there and said, that person's a lying piece of shit. And then later on I go, you know what? I was wrong about them. Have there been people I disliked who I found out later, okay, they're not terrible people, but I still think they're morons? Yes. But the point is they're still morons.
Beth and I were planning I do look up to you. And you're very adamant that this mindset does not hit every ear with the same pleasing mindset. But for me, as someone who maybe struggled with confidence,
You?
Like
in what?
I always think no matter how educated I got with a PhD.
Yeah, but look how good you are at photographs, and you brag about that.
Yeah, I am pretty good at photographs, but there's still a lot of people I look up to. You've taught me there's always going to be somebody better. And so but your confidence that I just like where you're leading myself, my family, my kids, my life. We like listening to what you say. And a lot of times it does come off as somewhat arrogant that I
come across completely arrogant. My dad looks at me and goes, what is your problem? Like, people go to my father and say, hey, I met your son. They're like, oh, Paul, no, the nice one, Mikey. I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm so sick of people's BS and their fake fronts to say, look at how, I always joke with people and said, I love Charlie Sheen because he tells people I love cocaine, hookers, and all these things.
Dynasty owner.
Charlie Sheen?
Paul, it's a joke. Oh boy.
Did you put the crickets there for yourself?
I didn't know.
I just very big on that. But then here's what the thing is. When I tell you people like Sven and Gary Mashuris and all these other people I think are smart, go listen to that because they know what they're talking about. That's my point. Don't listen to all the people I criticize. Listen to the ones I say follow these people. They're smart. Now, is it possible Gary Mashuris is just duping me? Absolutely. Is it possible Sven's just duping me? Absolutely. But I've realized that I'm much likely to get duped by those people who have some sort of good process in place.
I know it sounds a little Jesus-y and churchy when I'm like, I really believe in what you say, but folks are saying you and I should get a room. But in general, folks, I mean to say is this mindset that Paul talks, it's not a show. It doesn't end. We turn all the cameras off, then we continue this conversation. Then on the car to Wendy's, we're always constantly talking about business, personal life, growth. And so that's what I'm just drawn to. You've gotten me to just be more disciplined, and we're all working. We can't be like you, and you have problems that you're outward about as well.
And by the way, I feel like the funny thing is, as arrogant as I am, I'm the one person who I think criticizes myself more than anybody in the world. I'm like, yeah, how many times before the show I was just like, oh my God, I've been screwing up like crazy lately, right?
Yeah, you were.
How many people actually say those words? Like literally I go, oh my God, I'm screwing up. Like, okay, got to regroup. And that's the thing it is. And you said, well, Paul, you had a busy week moving. I don't care. Because if somebody said to me, Paul, sorry, I'm screwing up, I'm moving, what do I say to them?
Not my problem?
Yeah, so what can I say to myself? Oh, it's not my, it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
No, I hold myself to the same standard, if not higher. A lot of people say that, I actually do it. You know what I mean? I'm hard on myself, not because I'm trying to like get people to go, oh, Paul, you're so smart. In fact, I hate it when people say that. What I'm trying to do is say, Paul, if you're gonna hold people accountable, hold yourself accountable. This week, I've screwed up royally in a lot of different ways. The good news is when it costs me money, my mistakes cost me money. I'm okay with that. Anyways. Are we done here? 2:29?
Yeah.
I gotta go to my house.
You guys have to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, I'm not going to sit here for another 12 hours with you.
You're welcome to walk off the show, and I can just keep going.
Do you really want to do that?
I mean,
I'm gonna go over to the gym, and then if I'm done in the gym and I come back and you're still live, I'll hop back on with you.
let's see.
All right, see you guys. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you at 50,000 subscribers on Thursday. For the higher level Patreon members, our live stream at 2 o'clock on Thursday.
Go ahead and walk off. I'll close it up. You guys go ahead.
Oh, lies. I'm in Turks and Caicos. See you guys Tuesday. We'll be well past 50,000 at that point. Thanks for the support. You guys are the best. I love you. Thanks for paying for my really expensive cocaine addiction.
All right, that's it, guys. That's Paul and Mo. Okay, so just to follow up everything Paul just said. So Thursday, we're not going to do the top tier Patreon only live stream. That's usually at 2 p.m. Next week, it'll be back. But the people are saying, don't do it, just stay. And so Thursday, we will not have that. And we will not have Mo in the morning, Thursday or Friday or Monday. But we're trying to fulfill it with Seth in the morning. And so I will be selling off my Little Book stocks. Let me look at a quick calendar here. I will be selling off my Little Book stocks. We had some confusion on my part, folks. All my Little Book stocks are in a retirement account, so I actually don't have to worry about taxes. It's already all paid for. So typically, I would sell my losers prior to a year, and then I would rebuy on July 1st. So I can actually sell my losers whenever I want. Losers mean the companies that didn't do well. Actually, now that I think about it, it would be, sell my losers prior to a year. No, sorry, guys. You should be doing this prior to a year and then on 1 year. But for me, it's not going to matter tax-wise. So I'm going to sell my losers next week. You can certainly join me for that. And then I'll be rebuying my winners on July 1st. So this will be Thursday, July 1st or Friday, July 2nd, one of those days. I will go live with you, probably patrons only or maybe everybody. And so I'll be investing both my money and my wife's money. It'll be around $350,000. I'll be buying live right in front of you, showing you the exact companies from the Little Book that beats the market and the magic formula I'll be buying. So I'm intrigued to see what they'll be. So let's answer some questions here. Seth, you're going to do a morning show at 10 a.m. The market is, guys, I was going to start the show at 9 and maybe just intro the process again, maybe to new people and maybe start buying at 9:30. So Albini says, sell losers and keep winners. Again, guys, I have to go back to the book. Mine's in a retirement account, but in general, the stocks that have not performed, I will sell. And then the stocks, I have to double check now that I say it out loud. I have to double check about, for you guys, when you would sell. I'd have to double check the tax. Again, we're not super in like being a tax show, but there is some sort of tax thing in terms of long-term holdings, whether it's a year or not. So I will definitely be ready and prepared to deliver this information when we do this live stream. Yes, Steve, after tub time. I'll have to get early tub time on that day. And that would be, Tim, that would be obscene if I did the whole show from the tub, Paul. I'd buy stocks from Seth and tub time. That would be really awkward. Okay. So Jonathan's saying selling losers within 1 year for tax harvesting purposes if you had a taxable account. That's right. Mark is asking, is it sell 1 day before losers and sell winners 1 year? I'd have to look at it. Oh, yeah. Did you say taxes? And yes, I'm in an untaxed account. What else, guys? Do we buy an equal dollar amount of Little Book? Do we buy an equal dollar amount of Little Book stock? So James is asking, guys, if you want to join me on July 1st, that's great. A lot of people don't have a ton of cash to buy in on July 1st. I have some friends who are joining me with $40,000 or $50,000 in cash. So the book, I am planning on a full deep dive of what the book actually says. That was never my take, so I never listened to it. You can buy a little now and then a little next month. As you save and want to keep adding every month, we can do so. So, yeah. So Frenchie, how did I train a radio voice? I thought my voice was always raspy and kind of weird, but here I am. I guess a lot of people have said, what's up, Paul? Oh, Paul's in. Oh, look at that. Deep kisses from Paul. Thank you, Paul. Oh, you okay? Yes, we want to react to Jeremy from Financial Education. Paul has never seen or heard of this guy. And there's also, I just saw the replay of that kiss, Paul, and I opened my mouth. I guess I was ready for an open mouth kiss from you. So can we sign up for everythingmoney.com instead of Patreon? Papa, the answer, unfortunately, at the moment is no. Our platform is through Patreon. In the near future, we're going to offer you basically a rollover program. So if you want to leave Patreon and come to Everything Money, you can, and we can get you billed from there, and we won't go through all the bells and whistles. Tim, watch out real quick. Tim's there. What possibly are you going to talk about now, love? My wife is asking. Beth, I wish you could come on with me. Get ring would be awesome. This is Seth. Thanks for keeping the show together. Imagine I'm going on vacation in July. So Paul and Mo will go live. So we're going to go back to Mo hosting the show and the boredom that will ensue for that. What else, guys? Let's see. Tim, any properties you're looking at, Seth? Scott, I did look at guys, if you're following along with the show, I was looking at an 8 unit for $180,000 in March. And I'm really glad at the moment that did not pan out because I would have been really busy. Tim, I'm going for it. I'm saying, Nate, you got to go? No, just keep it on me.
No, I'm saying, do we want Tim on camera?
Oh, Tim? You want to get on camera? You want a mic?
What do you need a mic for?
Cut the Tim.
Hear from my mic?
No, not really. Guys, this is good. This is Tim time with Seth and Paul. Go over there, Tim, and we'll get you on here. Guys, this is Tim. Okay. Now, how do I describe this guy? A former Tim, give a little bit of your history of the show. How did you get to this point? Where did you meet Paul? Your wife was working for Paul?
Yeah. So Paul was looking for someone to help him lease some of the single family homes. We have about 87 single family homes here in Northeast Ohio. And so, yeah, he had Mary put an ad out on Craigslist, and she called a couple of times, and I think Paul was in Mexico. Paul always tells a story. He was in Mexico at the Mexico homes, and, she was just persistent, like he didn't return the call, and he's like, okay, Mary, we need to hire her. And so
your wife?
Yeah. So she was leasing some of the single family homes for about a year, and I had met Paul at some different events like Christmas parties and whatnot. And so he was like, yeah, he's like, I really liked him. And when they had a vacancy at their properties in Shaker, the 308 units in Shaker, I had a small business at the time. I had a commercial cleaning business. And so Laura, which just happened to be talking to Mary and Paul, and they were like, we really need someone to come manage these properties.
This was you.
Yeah, and Laura's like, oh, Tim would be perfect for this job. And then she's like, oh, wait, I can't volunteer, Tim. I had a business.
Yeah.
And so Paul's like, yes, I like Tim. I want to talk to him. And so Laura comes home. She's like, you need to talk to Paul. I'm like, no. Nope. Sorry, I have a business. I'm looking at growing a business. Actually, what Paul didn't know is I really wanted to sell that business.
What were you doing in revenue? I mean, was it a good business?
Yeah, I was doing about a couple $100K.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I was doing well.
Okay, nice.
And would have continued growing it. And we specialized in cleaning dialysis clinics, so medical facilities throughout Cleveland. So
okay.
So when we did DaVita, Fresenius Medical Care was some of my customers. But anyways, long story short, I was like, all right, I like Paul. I'll meet with him. And I met with him, and I want to say within 30 minutes, he had said, Tim, we will own businesses together. We will be doing this. We will be doing this.
He sort
You
of
know,
said
come aboard.
He said the same thing to me.
And look where we're at.
I didn't know at the time.
Dynasty
I looked
owner,
back,
everything money.
yeah. So Tim go ahead.
And what he didn't know, and what I didn't tell him, because nobody's usually laying all their cards out, is, you know, the cleaning business is tough. I was successful in it, but it's very demanding, and I wanted to sell it anyways. So then Paul had given me some vision and a reason to take that leap and sell it. So here we are.
Yeah, so Tim is the CEO of Dynasty Owner, which is the fantasy football, which is flourishing well. If you're into fantasy football, this one's drastically different. We start up again in the fall. It's very exciting. Yep. We have a great following for that.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, folks, I would say again, there was some ownership I had of the show. Paul and I did this show together for some years. Sometimes it felt very alone. Recently,
and I would be in here with you guys.
That's right.
So it would be me, you, and Paul. Occasionally, Andrew.
The three amigos.
And we would sit there. Usually I'd be working on Dynasty Owner stuff while you and Paul would be chatting for an hour and a half, because usually it was one camera, or we had multiple cameras going and we weren't switching. Like Nate's on the switcher right now, switching back and forth. We weren't doing that before. So Rohan would actually do crazier edits and things. So usually I would just come in, press play, and sit here and keep you guys company.
Yeah.
Then put it out later. I'd put it out on YouTube and put it out on the Spreaker, the
guys,
podcast.
If you go to dynastyowner.com, you can join right now. It's a yearly fee, and you can start building your team. That's another.
Well, what I would say is email help@everythingmoney.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
Nick,
right. Get your discount.
Yeah, Nick is so awesome, and Nick will help you get your discount. Yep.
We have people preparing the software all over the world, right? We have developers that we hire all over the world. 4 or 5 developers work. I mean, you guys are on.
We have 7 full-time developers right now between Dynasty Owner and Everything Money, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I try to, you know, folks, I try not to be negative all the time, but it is funny how you'll get financial and stock advice from some guy in his spare bedroom, and then realize that the everything that's going on with this show behind the scenes. I mean, it feels like a full television show. We're employing 5 of us. We have people overseas helping us.
Nate over here he's crushing it all the time. So
like, this is
big hand for Nate.
Yeah, and so we'll get Nate on the show here in a second as well.
Yeah, I'll switch out and we'll get Nate up here.
So so now, but again, I was basically told just a few months ago that you are sort of our new boss, which again, we don't treat it this way.
Well, it was in the plans anyways with software and things, and it was has nothing to do with Don. That was going to happen. We actually had that conversation with Don, ahead of time. And
I would say is like, I really applaud you. You and I have a great. I mean, I've been involved with some companies that said they had a great sort of culture to them, but we really do a great job. We can look each other in the eye and say, "Damn it, you're wrong," and I disagree, and you can say the same to me. And then for some reason, I don't know how you guys are so calm. We hug it out. We move forward. Yeah, we've had discrepancies about this show. I mean, we have $50,000 worth of gear that's moving around. We're doing on location stuff. So, I mean, this is not like, again, it's not just some guy flipping live and telling you a bunch of BS. Like, this is a whole production, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger.
And why is that? Can I tell you why?
Please do.
Okay. So Paul, from day one, coming back from the old, learn from mistakes, because that was the main thing I did. After we had sold the properties in Shaker, I came aboard. Paul said, hey, we're going to have businesses together, coming back to that vision of 2015 when I met with Paul. And one of them was learn from us. And we said, this is what Paul really wanted to do, was teach people, especially real estate, but also just investing in general. Mm-hmm. So we started it, and it wasn't... Paul was very adamant. You know this. How many times has he said no? 1,000 times on doing stuff. Paul used to have a Bentley. He gave it away to his dad. What an amazing gift to give your dad, a Bentley. Mm-hmm. How many times did Paul never let us take a picture of the Bentley? He does not want it. It doesn't exist. But that's what Grant Cardone does. That's what all these other real estate, Dean Graziosi, these other real estate investors do, these hype guys. By the way, that's what the Meet Kevins of the world do. That's what these, we get a lot of flack for these people that pump all of the Bitcoin and the hype stocks.
Yes.
Paul has always been like, I'm doing it my way. Paul does not want to sit in front of a camera. So why do we have all this stuff? He's not trying to I'm going to sit in this camera and be like Meet Kevin. No, he's not doing that. He doesn't care because, for one, he would never pump and dump a stock, which some of those guys do.
Yep.
Try to pump hype. Also, he does not take any endorsements, so he doesn't have Webull and Robinhood paying him like other people do.
Yep.
And he also is not trying to make, like, Paul doesn't even, Paul and Mo. Mo is not heavily day trading because he doesn't need to. He has other streams of income. Paul has multiple streams of income. We're doing this because Paul just wants to teach. And he doesn't like doing it alone. He loves a team environment.
Yeah, Daniel's saying just take time and people are going to flood to the channel when the market does turn ugly. We say that all the time.
That's it.
When the market turns ugly and people are looking for answers and that hype doesn't work
You know
anymore.
what's the amazing thing? So, like, you're not supposed to be reading comments, but talking about comments, I saw this one as a pretty good trend over the last week where people would say, is there anything that you guys like? And show me one video where you say to buy a stock. I was like, not going to happen. Paul doesn't even tell me or Nate or Mo or you what to buy.
Right.
He doesn't even tell me what to buy. Now, if I would really ask him, he still wouldn't tell me, actually. He would say, have you looked at the numbers? Have you done your due diligence? What do you think? He might give me an opinion, the same thing he's doing up here at the board on what he likes. You know, like today we were recording and there was some stocks that he likes. H&R Block.
Yeah.
H&R Block is a video coming out on Sunday. Please make sure you watch it, hit subscribe, like that video.
Thanks, Raymond.
But he likes H&R Block, but he doesn't say, buy this now. Why?
People ask him
because he wants to teach you
the process.
I know I'm giving you this, teach a man to fish analogy, but that's what he wants.
Yeah. Well, it takes some time. It's taken me years to watch him and keep going through my process and learning from him. And
stick with us. Stick with Paul, stick with Mo, stick with Seth, and what you're going to learn is how to recognize, how to analyze investments. You're going to know the answers. You're just going to be a part of a community that has great software and great support, so that way you know how to recognize what's a good investment and what's not a good investment. Don't be the guy or gal or person that relies on somebody to tell you what to buy and what to sell. You're not going to do successful in the long run.
In the long run. If people are asking where
and by the way, is your children going to do well in the long run if you're relying on somebody else?
We've talked about this.
Do this for your children's generations. Come on.
People said you can email Seth at Everything Money if you want to send a resume over. I can take a look. We have had some people. We've had to have some people straight up say, "Paul, I'd love to work with you guys, and here's what I can do for you." And we're trying, guys. I would say we got bombarded. Our goal for this year was 725 patrons. We're at 3,500, so we're a little bombarded with ideas, complaints, and we're trying to get through all of them to bring you what we think is the best. And there's a ton of money and time going into this. I mean, when I say hundreds of thousands of dollars going into the software, developers, and licensure. So, all right, guys.
Let's get Nate up here.
Tim's trying to stop Seth reading comments. It is funny. Okay. Will you switch for him?
Yeah, Nate. Put it on
next.
Seth, and then you come up and grab this mic.
And
no one introduce you to Nate.
No one seems to be jumping off Tim, but as far as I can see, we're not getting much closer to 50,000. So,
there you go.
Okay.
Thanks.
The children show us Tim's shorts. Tim is wearing long slacks. Now look at this. Now get ready. As Susie, if you're on, look at this tall drink of water that is Nate the Great.
What's going on, everybody?
There he is.
So I'm Nate. I'm the one who's switching while the guys are recording. And I'm also the one responsible for the titles, the descriptions, how we get ads on our videos, which isn't as good for you. But it helps us grow.
Tim, he just took over the show like that, didn't he? And I'm kind of the host here, but then he just kind of took it all over like that. He just grabbed it and ran. So this is Nate. And again, folks, I am very open to meeting new people. So I met Nate. He's a neighbor of mine, and I drove past him. I said, "Hey, what's your story? What's your name? What's your story?" And most people are always taken back, Nate, by what is your story. But you were telling me where you at, and it came down that you wanted to start making movies. You wanted to write and produce movies. And hey, well, I'm into film, video, making movies, edits, and maybe we could work together. And sure enough, what was the next stage? We had you film something for us? Yes.
Yep. It was actually for Dynasty Owner, our other business. Seth recruited me to help. We brought in the champion of Dynasty Owner. We flew him to Akron. We went to the Hall of Fame, took him to dinner, took him to lunch. It was a really cool thing, and that was the first day I got to hang out with Seth, Tim, Paul, Don, rest in pepperonis. And I did some filming, and then, so I'm a junior in college, but because of the pandemic, I was at home because all my classes were online. And once again, Seth reached out. He said we could use some help with this everything money thing, and look where it's gotten us. It's been
so
awesome.
at the moment, we can't wait for Nate to get done with school to get on board here and help us out. And yes, Susie, I knew you get fired up. Those crystal blue eyes are piercing in real life, Susie. Hopefully, you can meet Nate one day. What did you say, Tim? What did Beaker say? I didn't see him.
What
Advice
did
for Nate.
Beaker
Oh
say?
yeah, advice for Nate. Don't be late. You know that, Nate. Nate is. Yeah, Nate. Paul, if you're late 3 minutes by Paul, you're just dead. How tall is Nate? 6 foot handsome. That is true. Nate and I played tennis together. It's an avid tennis player, and you're going to the University of
Miami, Ohio.
and you're studying what?
I study professional writing and media and culture, which is a fancy way of saying writing, filmmaking, media production.
Yes, we did make that. Lordstown funny bit, and we're going to be doing more of that in the future. So I make the thumbnails. Nate loads up the videos. We have an editor in India. Rohan is our editor. His company name is the Tweaky Tales. The Tweaky Tales in India. He's got a Facebook page. He does our editing. He's been with us for years, and we cannot go on without him. He's incredible. I met him through Upwork, just for the simple fact that I couldn't keep up with the edits myself. And so he makes all the promos, all those hilarious, what am I talking about, Nate? Animations and just funny B-roll. That is our guy. He's on. Rohan's on. There he is, folks. There they are. Tweaky Tales.
Rohan's fantastic. Shout out Rohan.
He's there. So there's his page. And if you're anywhere in the world and need video help, he's there, and he will get you looking tight like ourselves. Yes, Jerome Powell talks today. Guys, I am the common man on the show, so I don't know what Jerome Powell is going to say. I'm sure Paul and Mo will have some thoughts on what the chairman of the Fed is going to say. Yeah, so okay, guys. Well, I'm running dry. We tried, but I don't see us getting anywhere near 50,000 right now. So Rohan's here. Oh, it's midnight in India. He's working hard, and he's there.
What's up, Rohan?
He's there. So this is Nate. All right, that's Nate's story, and he'll be here with us moving forward. Nate, the tall Nate with the shorts on. So okay, everybody. Well, listen, I tried as hard as I could, but no women. Frenchie, listen to me carefully. Frenchie said no women on the channel. How would I say this? We are dying to find any people in the world who think like us and would want to be a part of this channel. But in essence, Frenchie, we need to find a woman probably within driving distance who's a value investor. There are very few of us in this world, hence only 50,000 subscribers and not 1.3 million who are watching Meet Kevin and his Tesla valuation saying they're going to be $4 trillion company in 10 years. So it's just not popular. Our take is very not popular because it's harder. It's a disciplined approach. You have to know math and study it. You can't just listen to someone saying, get your oven mitts. This is going to be awesome. It's going up, so just buy. There's TikTokers out there, Tim. I got to show you this video. And literally, the guy said, we make all our money on this. When a stock goes up, I just buy it. And the second it starts going down, I just sell it. And I make $1 zillion. That's probably what a lot of people are thinking. So if there are any women out there that think like us and would want to be part of the show, we'd be eager to hear who you are. But again, along the same lines, Paul is how would I say this? In terms of political correctness, I don't think Paul is just going to hire a woman just because it looks like we need a woman on this channel. Like, the other channels, there's other channels. Is like, you seem like sometimes they might just hire women because they think it's best for political correctness. Obviously, we have our patrons' thoughts in mind, and so we want to bring the best content. And if that can come out of a woman in a nearby area, let us know. I mean, we'd love to talk to people. I mean, I would certainly love to get a woman's perspective on these, a more motherly perspective, like my wife can bring to my life. And so, we're certainly open to that. Yep. Yeah. And Susie, yes, Susie is It's funny. Kenny said, Susie, this is your window. Tim and I have said, I wonder what Susie's doing, because we'd love to get like-minded people like us on the show. Yeah, I definitely thought we could get some women together, the women of Everything Money, and it'd be great. But at the moment, we're at a rate of 93% male in terms of people who like and follow our videos. So, yeah. What's that, Tim?
Nate's mom's about to tune in.
Huh. Oh,
Nate's
man.
mom's going to tune in? Your mom has a YouTube channel? Your mom has a
No,
YouTube?
she's going to tune in to see Nate on the show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Let's see if
The
she-
pressure's
Tune in
on now.
before or after.
Nate's
She won't
mom.
check
It's
it,
so yeah. So
Susie's asking for Nate.
Powell's probably going
I
to talk
wore
about.
the Calvin Kleins today.
So Billy's saying Powell's probably going to talk about raising investment interest rates, then the plummet of stocks. Yeah. Susie, there you are. Would it be able to take a PE? How to break them down? Okay. Yeah, so Andrew's asking about a PE firm or a bank. Paul does not quite invest in banks, in REITs, in utility companies. Just hasn't found success in it. So at the moment, we're just not specialists in that. So yeah, Adrian's saying at the moment, listen, guys, I'd love to find a woman who could give us a new perspective. And I'm eager to collaborate with maybe Jimmy from Learn to Invest or Sven Carlin to get their perspective on what we can learn. Yeah, I'm just talking about that. Yeah, Jimmy. Hopefully Jimmy will get back to us. We'd love to. The plan is he volunteered to come to us, and we would sit him down and analyze some stuff, get his take on his thoughts. Very analytical, and yeah, keep the comedy coming, and the women will follow. Yeah. What is an overvalued stock that you'd love to own if the fundamentals were better? Well, listen, folks. Thomas, this is a great question. I mean, I own my entire portfolio was simply Netflix, Amazon, and Tesla. I mean, all great companies, killer companies. And just when I started doing the numbers, and Paul kept telling me, like, this is taking up like a vast majority of your entire life savings. Where I did a show where we titled "I Lost Out on $1 Million," and I owned that with the Bitcoin, with Amazon, with Tesla. It would have been $1 million right now. And in the video, I basically described how I'm fine with that, because I'm now the process that we're learning here on the show, I can apply in my businesses. I can apply to the stocks I make, potentially buying some real estate. And more importantly, as I'm telling my kids, I did not learn any of this, Nate, until I was like 35 years old. And you, sir, are learning it at 20, and my sons are learning it at 11 and 8. And so Gio, my son, will jump off of a school bus and say, Dad, did you hear what happened to Turtle Beach stock today? How much money did I make? I mean, the mindset that we're instilling in some people is just incredible. So
Gio's going to be a stock expert. I have no doubt about that.
yeah. So what else? Oh, and I just saw them. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. I heard them singing. Your mother is somehow watching the show. Oh, I see. Your mother is watching. She's just not commenting. So Nate, congratulations, Mom is proud.
Hi, Mom. Hope the day is going fantastic.
It's better now. Nate's mom is watching, so she just texted me. So yeah. Okay. So Kay is asking, are you planning on going to Lordstown? We tried, Tim and I, to get to Lordstown. They're simply just not picking up the phone or answering their emails. But then again, I guess there was some sort of news. Maybe they're inviting news there today. We're still open to it, Tim, on Thursday. I mean, it's a possibility we could still go. Yeah, we could still go. So we're going to try and go see. We have
connections with the CEO and the CFO.
Oh, Nick. Listen to this, Tim. Nick says, I grew up with an anchor from Bloomberg News Channel. She's awesome and super smart. There we go. Yeah, Nick. Is he number one? Is he our number one? Is Nick?
Our first patron ever.
Nick Larmar. Congratulations, you guys.
Heads our customer service teams for Dynasty and everything.
Oh, so yeah, guys, everyone asks who is at Help at Everything Money. It is this guy in the chat here, Nick Larmar, our number one patron. He clicked join basically the second we put out our Patreon last fall, and he's been our number one OG. And so he helps us with Everything Money and Dynasty Owner. So what was your first sign? So guys, Ron saying, what was the first sign you noticed in 28 crash? I was still in school. So Paul was only doing this in the 2008 housing market crash. So I can't answer for that. John is asking, am I rebuilding my portfolio? Yes, John. Next week, I will be selling off my Little Book stocks and rebuying about 350 grand, both myself and my wife's money. So I'll be buying, hopefully live on the show, about 350 grand worth of Little Book stocks. Okay, what else? Yeah, Frenchie there. Can you confirm the Tesla gift officer one in Mexico? A Christian is saying, yeah. So everyone out there, we're going to put all the patrons in a spinner all the patrons. And if you've been in the Patreon for a long time, you get more entries, just like we've been saying the whole time. And we're going to spin it and see who it lands on. And then we're going to try and work out ways to get you the car. Oh, Gianni is here. Okay. So Gianni's saying inspirational. I've been doing the same with my little ones. Yes, teaching kids is great. Go ahead, Tim.
So we have some folks that are asking, like, hey, who is, who's AP?
Yeah, so
So we have, let's see, Mate's already subscribed to the board. We have some patrons that help us that we've hired.
yeah, that's right. Now, Tim, they're not on mic, so they can't hear. So yeah, Abdon is AP, and he's one of our top patrons who helps us just generally go through a lot of the comments. I think how many views do we get a day on our videos, Tim? Like, is it 60?
No, I think a lot of days we're seeing, total views.
Yeah, it's like 60,
Over 20,000.
20,000 a day. So the comments are flying in, guys. We're trying to stay on top of them. A lot of them are attack comments that we either kind of ignore. Physical spinner, use a pinata. Oh my gosh, a pinata. We looked into, Tim, I didn't tell you, I looked into like one of these big lotto raffles. I'm thinking, how are we going to do like 11,000 entries? So we're working on it, guys. We're going to get it done. I mean, obviously there's some rules and logistics in this, but this is how it's going to go down. And so, okay, greetings from good old expensive California. Welcome, Joe. Yeah, so we were calling Tesla dealerships all over the place, and we will continue just to hedge our bets if what city we're going to or what out there. So sadly is they don't make a lot of cars, so they're gonna have a hard time growing when you literally can't ever purchase one of their cars. It's gonna take 6 months to even acquire one. So
Asking a good question.
What is it?
Hey, when will we see? So first of all, Omkar likes your handwriting there, Nate.
Oh, thank you.
Good question about the real estate calculator.
yeah, when will we see the release
So
of the real
actually
estate
done.
calculator on EM?
So it's kind of a tricky thing. I'm going to tell you that you can repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, but
You go get him a mic.
it's done.
Go get him Mose.
It's done as Andrew is. Andrew uses it.
Wait, just actually, you can say all of this when Mickey's saying this portfolio is down a lot. Mickey, what are you invested in? Ken is asking, how far do I do this? How far away am I doing this from full time?
Okay, can you hear me now, Seth?
Yeah, I can hear you, Tim.
Okay.
I'll get back to that. Go ahead, talk to us about the real estate calculator on Everything Money Software.
Yeah, so, Paul and I have debated about when we want to release it. It's definitely going to be this year. All the things that you see that are coming soon, you're going to see this year. Technically, Paul and Andrew use that real estate calculator now. Andrew, if you go back and watch some of the older releases that we actually released one last week where Andrew was on. Andrew used to come on the Deal of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they use real estate calculator all the time. It is an amazing tool. It is working, but it's going to get a new redesign because it was in-house software. And we're going to give you access to that in-house software, the things that Paul and Andrew actually use, because the great thing about that software is being able to find your IRR. So if you watch any of the older videos,
Yes.
and Paul talks about IRR, that really matters, that internal rate of return, how fast you're going to get your return. And you need special spreadsheets or software to calculate that. That's not something you're going to do in your head or your own calculator.
Yeah.
And so
Real estate
it
calculator
really is a great tool if you're buying multifamily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you guys are interested in real estate,
It'll come.
It'll get there. Let's see. Okay. YouTube Studio. I'm here. You ready, guys? Let's get a little update. We have 49,835. We are 160.
man.
It's a lot. It's 165 away. This unit normally takes us about a day to get. So I'm going to sit here for a day. Damn it. I'm just stay here and do this. What else people are saying?
Wait, Beaker's asking, Timo, when are we getting the disruptive technology stock calculator?
Oh, man.
Okay, Beaker, I love your jokes. You definitely crack us up.
Beaker,
all the time.
we've still been laughing, especially Tim and I, about Paul's call with Gary, where they're talking about big lots.
Yeah, we talk about your jokes all the time, Beaker. So yeah, where it was like when Paul would talk about big lots and how he didn't invest in it because Gary's like, are they going to be around in 5 years? And then Beaker says,
Yeah, Gary hangs up the phone and proceeds to buy a ton of Big Lots stock.
Alexander is saying I should do a sleeping live. I should just go to bed with the computer live next to me. I'm not opposed to that, actually. I mean, that would be really hilarious. I wake up in the middle of the night with my chest hair out, and yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Louise is saying things about trying to retire with $3 million. Louise, where do you live, and how much money do you need to live there? And did you take in account inflation for that $3 million? Because $3 million in many years from now might look more like 1.7 million. But okay. Oh, my wife said Paul sounds like Jordan Peterson. Well, Joe, Jordan Peterson has a very thick and strange Canadian accent. I found that Paul sounded, looked, and acted a lot like Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, whom Paul still has no clue who it is. Again, but I said, man, do you know Gary V? You sound your hype man. Listen to me. The way he hypes up people about get businesses going and discipline and being able to tell somebody to go to hell. It sounds a lot like Gary V. And so that Gary V was inspiring me. I thought, Paul, maybe we have a show here. Like, you sound like this guy. So if you agree, yeah, let me know. So do you ever ponder if scaring a ghost?
So
is
Susie had
possible?
mentioned, what if you saw a ghost? Didn't Paul's house have a ghost?
So we could do this all night.
We could do this all day.
Paul claims that his house is haunted to the point
The
where,
one that he just sold to Mo.
Yeah, he just sold it to Mo. He claims it's haunted and that he has had a ghost specialist come to the house and put some sort of charm on the door.
Rice or something?
Some sort of charm, and the ghost has calmed down since then.
It was some like guy, like
Yes.
they said,
Yeah,
and
they
by the
say
way,
it's a curly-haired man.
brand new build. This house was a brand new build. Like, I don't know if Paul, actually, this has kind of turned into a fireside chat, but it's amazing. So like, Paul built the house. Shaq lived at the house.
Shaquille O'Neal,
Shaquille O'Neal lived at the house when he was playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Paul just moved into one of his other houses that he had. And so, but when he built that house, the lady said, there's some guy like sitting at the top of the stairs or something. It's kind of like,
so the story goes is
spooky, but-
a contractor was working with a young child, like an 8-year-old child. And as he was working on one of the floors, the child just went throughout this enormous house, folks. And we haven't done a house tour yet, but we're going to do a house tour for our patrons of Mo's new house, which is Paul's house, and then Paul's new gorgeous mansion in Akron. But apparently the kid goes up and comes back down and says, "Dad, I thought we were alone. A curly-headed man. I saw a curly-headed man on the 3rd floor." So a little child says that they saw a curly-headed man. The guy goes through the whole house. Of course, no one's there. He was the only person there. Fast forward.
Beth's saying, tell the whole story.
Well, I'm working on it, baby. So fast forward 6 years later. Paul's girlfriend, a former girlfriend, they hire one of these ghost gals. Over the phone, the ghost gal says, there is a spirit at this house. And all I can see is a curly-headed man. Verbatim words, years apart, that they both sense that there's a curly-headed man as a ghost in Paul's house. I don't believe this for a minute, but
Beaker says it's the ghost of Shaq's lost layups. I'm thinking it's actually the ghost of his lost 3 throws, but yeah.
Yeah, so Paul very much believes in spirits, and I got a nose tickle, and it can't not look like I'm just picking it, but that's my story on ghosts and everything. All right, Beth. Folks, I don't think I can take this much longer. I do love you, but people are asking me Little Book questions. I'm not prepared for all of them in terms of taxes and BS. But if you want to join me on the Little Book Challenge and you want to buy with me, on July 1st, I'll be buying some stocks, about $350,000 on that day, and okay, guys. I think I've hit it, Nate. I think that's it. What do you think?
I thought we did a nice job.
We tried as hard as we could, Tim.
Yeah, we did.
The boys left. We are going to keep talking Tesla giveaway on our end, and Kay.
You know what? Hey, Seth.
Okay.
Why didn't release?
You want to keep going?
Well, just one thing here. So.
Okay.
Mike had said, no, wait. Somebody was asking if you put oil. Yeah, Kay, do you put oils on your awesome stash? I know you had ideas about doing some things like beard care. You also did a video.
Me?
Yeah, I thought you mentioned it one time. You also did a video on making your awesome beef jerky, which you never released, did you?
No, I did. The patrons.
Did you release it to patrons only?
Yeah, I think the patrons, there is a video of people asked about my cooking. And I thought I would have hoped to release it. I worked pretty hard on that video. I show how to make the everything money beef jerky.
Wait, did Paul have lights
remember
flickering?
seeing that.
Beth is saying.
That's right. So Paul, that's right. Going back to the ghost.
Back to the ghost.
So Paul said that standing outside in the attic when the lights flick on, you could see remnants of lights at night, kind of like moving, coming through the not the cracks in the attic, but like the baffles in the whatever. And so he said, man, now Paul has a lot of people going through his house. Like somebody cooks, somebody does, somebody mows the grass, somebody takes care of the dogs, someone wipes his backside, like in Coming to America. I mean, he's got a lot of people working for him. And so, but Paul said that he was very upset that the lights were still on, so he'd go and shut them off. And sure enough, he said next day lights would go on. And once he got this little rice token from the ghost lady, apparently the lights stopped coming on. And so my wife is fully convinced that the curly-headed ghost on the third floor of Paul's mansion, enjoys turning and leaving the lights on for Paul's electric bill. So that's that. Seth, stay on for the DGF infomercial.
By the way, people are saying that they've not seen this beef jerky. So you should take this video, put it in the Discord later in the Patreon announcements, and
the beef jerky.
Just throw the link up. Because by the way, Seth's beef jerky is absolutely amazing.
Yes. So I'm a chemist, folks, so I can understand the idea of like timing and sort of details when it comes to cooking. Not so much the rest of my life, but cooking. So yeah, we have a video on that. 3 a.m. Everything Money stream from Mo's Haunted House. Matt, you have all the ideas. We need some of these people on our creative team.
Wait, should we remove the rice token from Mo's house?
Don't tell him.
And not tell him.
And then see what happens.
Okay, listen. The next fireside chat will have some amazing stories.
You're not thinking right. Guys, we're not thinking right. We're not thinking right.
What?
Nate.
Seth.
We get a curly-headed wig on you. We put Nate in the attic. Okay? We take down the rice ghost thing. Okay? I know where it's at. Now, Paul does not like surprises, and he does not like practical jokes. He's not a guy that you're going to be like, scare the crap out of him, and he's going to enjoy this. Like, he gets very upset. But what if we set up a camera? We put it.
Why are you whispering, Beaker says?
Beaker, shut up. We set up a camera in Paul's attic, like a time lapse on a cell phone, and we have Nate walk through with a curly-headed. Can you imagine?
Oh man.
Why am I whispering, Beaker?
Wait, but why would Paul care? Wow. Paul's sleeping at the new house now.
Validity, Tim. Validity.
Wait, is Mo sleeping at Paul's house yet?
No.
Okay. Well, we got to do this. Let's break and go do it now.
Yeah. Right. So we got to wait. Wait a minute. I was just gonna say we have to wait till they're both gone. Surprise.
Oh, Thursday. Turks and Caicos.
They're both gone.
They're gone. All right. Skip Lordstown. We're going to
Paul's house to fake not a moon landing, a curly-headed. We need a wig.
Oh man,
this would be awesome.
I wonder.
I can edit it. I can edit it and make it look like it's like night vision. I can say that I got an app on my phone for night vision, and just have Nate just peer out with his curly-headed. This is great. No, Paul does not own a gun. Mo does Mo own guns? No. Does he own guns? Well, he's maybe, but they're not there yet. Okay. Okay, guys. Poor Paul. I hate pranks. All right, guys.
Fizz.
Yeah. Seth with a 3 a.m. live stream for Mo's Haunted House while I smoke brisket. Wow. Who is this Matt guy? Get him on the team right now. Hire this man. Okay. Jonathan, what did I come back to? Why is Seth whispering? I love you guys. Okay. All right, everybody.
Well, thank you to the 259 of you who stayed on till the very end.
Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy. He's ready for the big stage, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. We got a video coming out 7 p.m. tonight. And
what's it about?
Can I tell them?
Please do.
The video is titled, What is Due Diligence After the 8 Pillars? We talk about this a lot, but now we're going to go a little more in depth into what is the research that you should be doing after exploring the 8 pillars and seeing whether or not you want to invest in a company or not.
Yeah, we do get this a lot. Okay, fine. A company meets the 8 pillars. Now what? Well, the stock analyzer tool, which I'm sure a lot of you are enjoying, and I think right now there can't be any. I think all of you must be patrons. I mean, I can't see anyone just hanging around for this, but so all of you that are patrons, that stock analyzer tool is that missing piece of like, what should I pay for this? And so that's coming out very soon, and yeah, it's interesting stuff. So we're going to go over what to do after a stock meets our 8 pillars and what is due diligence. Yeah. So Fizzbuzz. No, Fizzbuzz is not a parent. Fizzbuzz isn't a patron anymore, apparently. Yeah, rest in pepperonis, Fizzbuzz.
Rest in
pepperonis. Oh, Big Chungus. I'm surprised Big Chungus. Big Chungus has been following us for months now, Tim, and he's not a patron, but I still love you nonetheless. Thanks.
You got to come on, Big Chungus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patreons. Look at
Mo
Kenneth.
owns many guns. Paul has a baseball bat.
That's right.
We're in trouble.
That's right. That's right. Look at there's Kenneth, patron since November. That's our first month, so an OG patron on. All right, guys. Oh yeah, Big Mo. There he is. So I can't. Oh, I see. Wait, what did?
Big Chungus is only 15.
Wait. Hold on a second. Big Chungus is 15. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. My mind's just about to explode out of my ear. What are you talking about? I thought this guy was like a 40 or 50-year-old man. Who are you, Big
Tim,
Chungus? I want all the information
we saw
right
that
now.
comment that said, like, I do chemistry in school.
Yes.
Like,
Who is
high
this?
school?
Why is
college?
Big Chungus? What is this? What is going on? Tim, we got to get Big Chungus on the Patreon. I mean,
Yeah, we do.
just we're still going. Oh, Mo's
Hey,
back.
Mo is back.
Come on. Say hello.
Mo's back. Mo,
It's up there.
Big Chungus
Go
is
by name. Here.
Big Chungus is a 15-year-old. You know Big Chungus?
No, who's that?
Big Chungus Cricket.
Is that legal?
Listen, I hate to say this,
up,
but I mean, if we want to,
Hey.
Big Chungus lives in England and he's 15.
Still that much left.
15 years old, huh?
Mo, can we need? How do we get this kid on the Patreon? How do we need to sponsor him? Is what Nick is saying. Of course, we need to sponsor him. I didn't know that. Prove it, Nick. Hold on. How do we prove the Chungus is okay? No googling Chungus. Name an Ace of Base song, and if you can't, you're probably 15.
I don't even know what that is.
Ace of Base.
32.
See, there you go. This will prove that he's not an old person. Who starred in The Bodyguard? Big Chungus. You tell me, and you have 10 seconds. If you don't know, you're probably a 15-year-old.
See what he says.
They want to know
I'm gonna go over here.
how Mo's workout was.
It was actually it was pretty terrible. I was not very happy with it. I told Matt, I don't know what's going on, but for the last 2 days, like weights feel really heavy to me, and I'm getting very frustrated. It's driving me crazy, and I don't know what changed.
Well, I'll tell you what. You got a girlfriend. That's what changed.
Yeah, maybe so.
Your mind is off on that beautiful face. That was what I was going to say.
Maybe so, but also I'm 181 pounds now, so I'm 5 pounds lighter than I was a couple weeks ago.
I also want to know if you own guns.
So how do we?
Yes, I do.
Yes, Beth's saying we've been catfished by Big Chungus. Big Chungus is not 15. I don't know how. Chungus, will you? How do we prove this? Oh, I know. Wait, he can't. I was just gonna say, let me reach out to you on a video chat. That would be weird. Hey, you want some candy, Big Chungus? Want some candy? Meet me in Paul's van. I will sponsor this kid for Patreon, Tim, if it's up to. Or Mo's got more money than me. We should sponsor.
Says he's 15.
Okay, Big Chungus. Can we get a 15-year-old on Discord?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was wondering. Is that legal?
15. I mean, he's on here all
I'm sure
the
there
time.
were plenty of 15-year-olds playing. What was
for
that
sure.
game, Among Us?
For sure.
Susie wants a video chat.
Of course she does.
I have Discord. How did he pay for Discord? Now I'm even more confused, Chungus. So I love you though. Thanks so much.
How many subscribers do we have?
I think he's saying he has Discord. He's not on our server.
Oh, so he has Discord, Tim. We just got to get him on the server. So we got. No, but here's the world we live in. If we let some 15-year-old kid in, now everyone's going to be like, "Wait a minute, I got to pay, but this Chungus has got to get in, so I got to sponsor him out of my own pocket to get Chungus on." Chungus, will you email me Seth at Everything Money so we continue this conversation? Why does Paul look so different? Oh, yeah, of course.
I want follow me on Instagram. My things have stalled. I don't think we're pushing it anymore. Trader Mo _EM. Please follow me.
Beaker says, I need a Seth Kirchanen. I'm not picking my nose telethon.
Beaker's still here.
I do
love
pick
Beaker.
my nose a lot. I mean, who? I don't understand who doesn't. I mean, I wake up in the morning and it's just filled with the goo I mean, you know, we got to clear it out. I got to blow my nose. I got to get the bath
Snot
water.
rockets.
I got to get the bath water going. And
Do you blow your nose in the bathwater?
no.
Okay,
What am I, a
good. I was
heathen?
going to say you're a savage.
No, I'm not. Oh, Alexander says, do the Southern accent while I'm offering Big Chungus candy. So forget Paul's Instagram.
And if Paul was here, I know he would want us to promote his
I don't
Instagram.
even think that's
so,
it. That's
Yeah,
not.
that's it.
That's it.
so
Okay.
give him a follow.
I
You'll
don't-
see lots of pictures of his dogs, and he makes some really great content there. So give him a follow.
Big Chungus, make a patron and help with your parents. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, Chungus, get on Patreon with your folks, and then just send me the bill.
Nice.
I follow
Thank you,
it.
buddy.
EM is walking a fine line right now. These are not necessarily the statements made by Everything Money. Okay, guys. Careful, we're gonna lose subs. You're right. Okay, let me recheck the subscriber count. Let's see.
The number
It's not going up. 49,000. It's not going up. This is pointless. All right, guys, I love you. It's not pointless, but it's 49,839. We still need 160. It ain't gonna happen. We have some business to do in that bid and ask, and so here we are.
So it's funny. The Nasdaq hit an intraday high. I mean, it's hitting new highs, isn't it? Yeah, 52 weeks. I mean, it's getting close to its 52-week high. Jerome Powell is testifying on Capitol Hill right now. His quarterly or annual or biannual testimony about where the markets are and whatnot. And they're asking about inflation and interest rates. He won't answer the questions.
Tim, you want to pull it up and pull it up on a screen share and we can react to it?
There was a congresswoman that said to him, please, like I've been asking for weeks, please define transitory inflation. Won't give a definition of it.
So
Won't give a
Nate,
definition
he might
of
need
it.
help back over here to create a new scene, then do a screen share, then go get CNBC Live, and we can try to do what Meet Kevin does.
These people are really something on Capitol Hill. I mean, for once, these Congress people are not asking softball. To be fair, I do think they're softball questions. He just won't answer the question. They're doing everything they can to keep this market going in a positive direction. And that article that came out this morning, scratch that. The notes that Powell put out yesterday, he said, we are going to do anything and everything to basically keep this market going. They're not going to let this fall apart. Now, the point that I made this morning also was they were doing that back in March and April of 2020 in February, and it fell apart. They were able to revive it, but it did fall apart, so they couldn't stop it. So let's see. Big Chungus is going to message me on Instagram. I don't know if that's, I don't really answer. I don't really do a lot on Instagram. It's not me mostly posting the pictures and whatnot. Seth, I would really love to get your girl to take over my Instagram.
What's it worth you for a month?
I don't know. I have no idea what it costs. And Nicole's doing mine right now, and I just want to put more content out there.
Oh,
It's all about content. I just don't want to do it.
as a part of the show, is it all trading content?
Oh no, I don't really want to do. I'll do trading content.
Yes, let's.
I'll do fun content. I don't really care.
Let's head over live to Jerome Powell. This is the first for Everything Money.
Great.
What can we do here, Tim? Can you do it? What can you do?
Let's see.
So new scene. Play the new scene with a screen share, maybe, and we'll see how this works. I should have spoiled the surprise without it happening. Do I need to get over there? I hear it.
I hear it too.
Mo,
Yes.
fill us in while I help these guys.
All right. Yeah, he's going to go over there. All right. So, yeah, I would love to. Rosso, I would love to see what Powell is saying too. I mean, I just can't imagine that he's going to say. I bet he went in there with his talking points. A bunch of the Fed presidents went in there and said, these are going to be your talking points. Let's go ahead and just keep saying them over and over and over.
Which is, thank you
Guys,
for that answer.
You got it?
You were talking about the matching function that's happening right now between people who are perhaps dislocated and people who, the job openings that exist. What is your perspective on efforts by educational systems working with governments, state, local, federal, in upskilling people to match them with the jobs that currently exist in the post-pandemic economy through skills-based education or career technical education and the like?
You know, I've been exposed to a number of programs of that nature, and they seem to work really well. Some of them do anyway. The idea being companies, you actually see it in South Carolina quite a bit. You see companies teaming up with schools and technical schools in these apprenticeship programs, and they really work. I would say that's a great idea, and it would be great to see more of it all over the country. But you know, those things take time. They take policy support. They'll take time to really build and produce value. Whereas this is something.
Government, more government. At what point are we going to notice that this is causing the problem? Where'd it go?
Over there, what is the impact on?
No, I just got to hear Powell.
If you have any metrics that can measure that, or that you'd be willing to share, I'd be very interested in that.
I don't have any metrics, but I will say what, and to Mr. Foster's earlier point, we're to the extent large countries around, large populations around the world are not getting vaccinated, we're giving time and place for new strains, more virulent strains of the virus to develop and spread. Viruses do not respect national borders. And so I think it is very much in our interest to support broad vaccination around the world. It's also the right thing to do, but it clearly is the best thing for us as well, because you know, no one is really safe.
Like I said, I think he's going to have his typical talking points, and he's not going to really deviate from them. And frankly, the way that I'm looking at the markets right now, he hasn't said anything. Usually when Jerome Powell speaks, havoc wreaks in markets, and right now we're not really seeing that. So, yeah.
Does this guy belong to like a political party, or does he get pressured from different political folks?
The way that the Fed was set up, so the name is deceiving if you don't really know. The Federal Reserve is not government. It's supposed to be its separate entity. And the point of that was to not be involved politically. Now, of course, they are involved politically. During the Obama administration, it started a little bit when Janet Yellen was Fed. I mean, it's always been a little bit political. Then during the Trump administration, it really became political because Trump was really pushing more cutting interest rates and whatnot. And then it's just continued into this administration. So the Fed has become very political, unfortunately, because it was set up this way so it wouldn't be political. But that's just what happens. So.
All right, Mo, we're at 49,841, and I think we just got hit with a copyright on that video, Tim, just for that. So that's okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So YouTube maybe cut the sound. Okay, interesting, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's our take. I don't know how Meet Kevin does it. Maybe we don't monetize in the future. Who knows?
Yeah.
But all right, guys, that is our take. Everyone is. We're thankful you're following along.
Yeah,
we're thankful
thank you,
you're
guys.
patrons, and we will see you as we keep going. Down the road to more and more bigger and better things for Everything Money. Mo's going to take us there, and Paul's going to take us there, and I'll be hosting the whole time. So that's our take, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right. See you.
See you in the morning, I guess, right?
Yeah.
9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
9 a.m.
guys.
tomorrow Eastern, and we'll. Yeah, this was fun, Susie. Thanks everyone for checking in, and Chungus, great job. 15, congrats, my friend. So all right, signing off, guys.
Have a great day, guys.
Love you. Thanks.
Good job, Seth.